Pirate Radio Live. Clip Rock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios. Coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We are on 1250, 930. Also live online at pr927fm.com. And you can watch the show and chime in on Facebook Live and on YouTube. You can find us there. Man, we got a ton of great stuff at Pirate Radio TV on YouTube, including the latest from Mike Houston, Donnie Kirkpatrick, Blake Harrell. You can find that at Pirate Radio TV. Subscribe on YouTube. We got a packed show for you today coming up in just a little bit. We'll talk to Eric Ward from ECU Marketing. If you are going to the game on Saturday at noon, we'll give you all the info you need to know. Eric coming up in just a couple of moments. In about 25 minutes or so, we'll hear from Mike Houston, Donnie Kirkpatrick, and Blake Harrell, their comments at ECU football practice this week. At 4 o'clock, it'll be our Week 1 picks with Tony Dunn from CarolinaCatChronicles.com. We'll get you ready for Week 1 of the NFL season. Great game last night right here on Pirate Radio as the Bucs kick a field goal to beat the Cowboys. At 5 o'clock, we'll talk all things football with Morgan Ehlers, the host of the High School Huddle. He'll join us at 5, and at 5:30, we'll talk some gambling with Ariel Epstein. She'll join us to talk NFL, college football, Major League Baseball, and more. So we are locked and loaded here on a Friday. Troy D is here to kick off the show. What's up, Troy?
Man, there's a buzz in the air. You can tell football weekend is back in Greenville, North Carolina. The season opener clip, a buzz in this community I haven't seen in quite some time.
Well, it is. They did play last week. I know we forgot.
Oh, no, I'm talking about in Greenville.
The home opener.
The home opener, I should say. Yeah, let me clarify. The home opener for Greenville.
Although I'm fine saying they're 0-0.
Sweet.
Looking forward to
pop the top on PRL today, thanks to Pepsi, the official drink of the Pirates, and also of Pirate Radio. I've got Diet Pepsi. You got the original.
I got the OG.
Tomorrow, I'll switch over to Bud Light, also the official beer of Pirate Radio.
And of the ECU Pirates.
Yes.
We will be with you on the Bud Light pregame tailgate bright and early, 8 a.m. right here on Pirate Radio. Let's head out to the Fixed NC Live line and welcome on Eric Ward from ECU Marketing. He joins us today on Pirate Radio Live. Eric, how you doing, man?
Clip, Troy, I'm ready. I have Pirate Vibes Only going right now.
That is awesome. And we will have those Pirate Vibes Only shirt at Freeboot debuted tonight, starting around 5:30.
Shirley and Big Dog are modeling those as we speak.
Yeah, they look really good, by the way, tie-dye. So appreciate that, Eric. A busy weekend for you guys for the home opener here in Greenville. Let's first talk ticket sales. I know tickets are still available, but expecting a big crowd in Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. First of all, where are we with ticket sales and what's left?
We will be in the low to mid 40,000s tomorrow. We've had a great week of sales. We will continue to sell today and tomorrow. I expect it to be a very raucous crowd and atmosphere, and it should be our largest attended game in the last 5 years.
Eric, this is a kind of house-divided game for you. I believe you came from South Carolina, correct?
I did many years ago graduate from South Carolina.
So you know that program well. What is the contingent you think from the Gamecocks? How many folks will they be bringing in from Columbia?
I think that they will probably have a couple thousand. It's not going to be nearly as much as it was when they had things rolling, but they certainly will have a presence in the stadium, but it will be minuscule compared to the Pirate Nation.
All right, what about tailgating? I know lots are opening up in the morning. There are, and I want to be clear about this because if we made a mistake, we apologize. There are no restrictions when it comes to masks inside, if you're sitting outside at all, from what we understand.
Yep.
And there's no social distancing. So I know there was a little confusion on social media earlier. We corrected that. But there is, for folks that are wondering, they do not need to wear a mask if they're coming to the game. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. For the parking lots, I'll cover that first. Due to high demand, normally for a noon game, we open the tailgate lots at 8 a.m. Due to high demand, we're actually opening at, got a phone call. We are opening at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, so Pirate Nation will be able to get ready for the game in that way. As for the masks, the mandate for campus is for inside facilities only. So if you were at the stadium, if you were sitting outside in the the regular seats, no mask mandate, no social distancing. That is only per ECU policy for indoor facilities only.
All right, what time? I believe the gates open at 10 for folks that want to get in the stadium a little bit earlier. Is that correct?
10 a.m., yes.
7 o'clock tailgating, 10 a.m. stadium.
Yeah.
Those are the numbers. That's a long tailgate, Troy D.
That's a long tailgate.
You starting at 7?
I can't guarantee that I'm going to be there at 7 o'clock. I'm so programmed to the 8 a.m. hour.
How the mighty have fallen.
I'm just going to have to reassess and see how tonight goes, whether I can get there at 7. That's early, Eric, but I think that's a good idea by you guys.
Well, I think I know for a fact that several people will be lined up before that. So in order to alleviate game day traffic, we're going to say, come on in, get your tailgate set up, and have a good time.
Look, you're 100% correct. There will be people lined up waiting to get in the 7 o'clock hour. Better to go ahead and let those diehards in and alleviate the traffic instead of letting it build up. I think that is a great move by you guys, and I applaud that.
Well, plus we got to catch up from last year. We didn't have the tailgating last year, so I think
it's true.
Catch up in that way.
Eric, there'll be some stragglers who will do all the tailgating they can before entering Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. What time, do you know the times on, like, the band playing, the intro video? What are the key times people need to know for tomorrow?
Sure do. The band show begins at 4:45, and the intro video will run at approximately 5 till. So we have a 45-minute pregame show, obviously culminates in the traditional band show. But I actually just saw the final version of the intro video a little bit ago. Don't want to give too many spoilers on it, but Curtis Thiemann and Port City Films did another tremendous job on it this year.
Yeah, they do a great job. And for folks that want to, once again, see the team come out on the field, they need to be in the seats in the stands at least 5 minutes before noon, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right.
And it still will be when the intro video plays.
That doesn't mean leave your tailgate at 11:55. Go ahead and get in line before that, because it's going to be tough to get in. But man, I know it's going to be fun for you, Eric. You do a great job of setting the atmosphere, the mood at Clark LeClaire at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. Anything new or different this year, or are you just kind of perfecting what you did in 2019?
Well, I think we're building on some of the elements we did. Certainly some of the areas that we hope to be able to accomplish this year were dampened a little bit because of the pandemic, so we'll probably have a lot more new areas next year. But we do have the return of the Kids Zone. We just finished up a meeting talking about standardization protocols for that. All the stuff that you really wouldn't think you'd ever have to deal with, but we're still in the pandemic and figuring it out. But we're going to have the Kids Zone tomorrow. I did want to hit on the Pirate Walk tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m., I know that's a big deal for Coach Houston and his staff. They bring recruits to that. It's always nice to see Pirate Nation welcome the team in and get them amped up for a big game. So 9:30 a.m. If you are in the vicinity, please make your way to the Pirate Walk. It's right by the Clark LeClaire batting cages, and walk straight to Town Bank Tower.
And Eric, met with some of our friends from Carolina Eagle Distributing yesterday, so I know they are ramped up, ready to go, better known by their products, including Budweiser, Bud Light, Miller Lite, those, they don't do Miller Lite, I should say, Mick Ultra, Natural Light, those type of things, and they will be available in the stadium again this year for folks that want to have a Pirate beverage, correct?
Yes, they will. In fact, Troy, I actually just walked through the stadium. It's a very refreshed look in the lower area. A lot of new displays who wanted to dress it up and make it look a little bit more appropriate for Pirate Nation. So if you're coming into the game tomorrow, it might look a little bit different underneath the stadium.
All right, I'm hearing there might even be an extra concession stand or two available just for those beverages.
No doubt. We have a beverage zone, I know, on the south side that will be exclusive to beverages, so that should help alleviate some traffic there. We do actually are introducing barbecue sandwiches from some of your local favorite barbecue chains or standalone stores this year. So if you're over by Gate 1, there's actually a really nice barbecue pit that I think fans will enjoy a lot this season.
And I know, Troy D., in years past, water has been an issue for season openers in September. Hopefully they'll be plentiful, I'm assuming, on Saturday at the stadium.
Lots of Aquafina, Eric?
Plenty of water, and I will tell you this, we expect this afternoon to announce that we're going to go ahead into the heat management plan, even though the temperatures may not approach our traditional number where we cap it at. Just to make it easier, we're probably going to communicate this afternoon. Heat management plan, the most pertinent thing for fans is that means one unopened bottle of water they can bring into the stadium.
All right, so that's good news. So you can bring in a unopened bottle of water with you. Anything else that fans can have or can't have as they come into the stadium?
No alcohol you can bring in on your own, we'll say that. But, no, I mean, it's signage that has to be screened at the gates. The big thing really is the clear bags. I mean, I know that was something we introduced in 2019. Essentially, it's the size of a gallon bag. So please make sure you have your clear bag if you're planning on bringing multiple items. And I'll tell you, the big thing I'm really looking forward to tomorrow is the halftime show, which will be in remembrance of September 11th, 20 years ago tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a great point. Hard to believe it has been 20 years since that fateful day, but that'll be something definitely worth staying around for to see. And the band is working hard on that, and I definitely want to stay in my seats and see that at halftime. I'm glad you mentioned that, Eric. For folks that need to exit the stadium, I know in the past Pirate Club members have had it as a benefit to their Pirate Club membership that if they leave, they show their card with their ticket, they're able to get re-entry. Is that still in effect for this year?
That is, all Pirate Club members should have both a physical card and a digital version of it. So if you have that, you are allowed to bring your group in and out of the stadium. That is a benefit of being a Pirate Club member.
All right, good stuff.
Eric Ward getting us ready for Saturday. I do believe, Troy D., if you don't want to wait to see Mike Houston until Saturday, you can see him tonight, correct?
Actually, Free Boot Friday. He's going to be making an appearance. So I know he's going to actually be on stage speaking to the crowd. I want to say, do you know what time, Eric? The Uptown folks told me and I forgot.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock he'll be there. So
Eric, do you just have like storyboards in front of you with times of everything that's going on regarding East Carolina athletics?
Clip, I think I've sat in more meetings in the last month than the rest of my career combined. So I feel like I fortunately have a lot of information that hopefully is helpful to somebody.
you coming down to Freeboot, Eric? Gonna be able to relax a little bit, or is it all already too much to do to leave?
Casey Singer on our team is going to be handling Freeboot Friday. I'm actually going to be at the marching band practice tonight with the Army ROTC, Air Force ROTC, and a special group we have involved to see that one last time and make sure everybody's on the same page. We want to make sure that's a really special show, so I'm going to take care of that tonight.
Sounds good.
Eric Ward joining us. Eric, you're really good at sports trivia. Can I throw one at you real quick?
I hope so. My brain's a little fried right now.
I'm watching East Carolina, South Carolina, 2011. This freshman ECU wide receiver who went on to do big things caught the first touchdown in that game in Charlotte, North Carolina. Do you know who that Pirate was?
Was that Justin Hardy?
That is correct. Even with a fried brain, Eric Ward still knows his stuff.
I was actually at that game. I sat on the very top row of the stadium. I was wearing different colors at the time, but that was a tremendous game that I really enjoyed being a part of.
Great first half for the Pirates, and we'll forget what happened in the second half. So,
yeah, me too.
Anything else, Troy D?
No, keep up the good work. I know you guys are hustling out there, so we appreciate you taking a few minutes to share with us and our audience, Eric, and we'll see you out there game day. Thanks so much for your information.
Let's get a win and go Pirates.
Thanks, Eric. Eric Ward joining us on the Fixed NC Live line to kick off a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We will be with you 8 a.m. Saturday morning on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. 4 hours of pregame coverage taking you up to the kickoff. Troy D.
I was in beautiful Washington earlier today, driving back in the 12 o'clock hour. Enjoyed listening to Jeff with our UBE Pirate preview. If you missed that, that'll encore tomorrow at that will be at 7 a.m.
As folks are getting ready to start tailgate.
Yeah, at 7 o'clock. When the gates open at 7, we'll be on technically with Jeff from UBE Pirate Preview, the encore edition. Then you'll take over live at 8. Look, I'm kind of getting fired up again because it's as I said, you can really kind of feel the buzz in the community, and the traffic is everywhere. If you're out there driving around right now, I don't have to explain that to you. But a lot of folks in town, not just Gamecock fans, but Pirate fans coming in town to enjoy the festivities tonight. It's been a long time since we've had a full real football game. I don't count last year, Clip. I think those were, they were football games, but they weren't traditional tailgating, all systems go. This is an all systems go football game. And this, as I mentioned yesterday, I believe, this very well, I think it could be the last time you ever see an SEC team come to Greenville, especially the way things are going with conference realignment and different things. Not saying we won't ever play an SEC team again, but I don't know if you'll ever get one to come to Greenville again.
Yeah.
So if you want to see it, this is the day to do it. Tomorrow will be the day to do it. East Carolina and South Carolina, the record all-time 14-5. And a lot of those wins came in the 90s for East Carolina. But, Pirates would love to send the Gamecocks home with a loss Saturday.
And the last couple of meetings, some frustrating meetings where East Carolina had opportunities. Scotty Montgomery took a 2-0 team to Columbia. had the ball in the red zone countless times and would either turn it over, miss a field goal, just a brutal outcome there. And then I believe Shane Carden and the Pirates went to Columbia and had it within one score. And then Mike Davis, current Falcons starting running back, led South Carolina on like a 10-minute drive in the fourth quarter that just bled the clock. So the Pirates have been close with the Gamecocks the last couple of meetings, Troy D, and hopefully we can get one here at home.
This game has a special meaning for me, Clip. The school I almost went to came this close. If it wasn't for one comment from my mom back in the day, Troy D would have been a South Carolina Gamecock.
Can you share the comment?
I went to South Carolina, visited, got in out of state, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a cool school and loved everything about it. And on the way back home, my mom said, look, we've never been to Greenville. Let's go check it out. My dad knew somebody that had a son that was in school. Let's take him out to lunch. It ended up being at Chico's. Let's go visit the school and just see what Greenville is on our way back. I said, all right, fine, whatever. And as a favor to my parents, who had never been to Greenville, me neither, we came through Greenville and ECU, and I visited the school while we were here and fell in love with the place and ended up deciding on that day to come to East Carolina and not go to South Carolina.
I got to be honest, I'm really glad that we're not working at Gamecock Radio.
Yeah, I know this. So I mean, you think about life decisions though, and like twists and turns, and
what could have been.
One goes right, one goes left, and all the things that happen after that. How different my life would be if I had gone to South Carolina versus East Carolina. Now I am grateful that I chose to come to East Carolina, but how much that has changed my life.
They said you were cocky enough already.
That's
you didn't
right.
need to be a Gamecock.
I know that would have been really obnoxious.
Been too over the top.
Yeah, but so I came, but I had a dorm room picked out, at least a residence hall. I was going to South Carolina until I came to East Carolina, and the only thing it wasn't that I didn't like. The only thing I wished Greenville had was as big of a program as South Carolina football program at the time, because South Carolina Williams-Brice Stadium, that looks like a pro stadium. It's nicer than some pro stadiums.
80,000 seats.
It's incredible.
Big,
I said, but East Carolina had a football program. It was fun. It just wasn't at that level. But I'll never forget that 91 season when East Carolina beat South Carolina. And I was like, wow.
Troy, you don't need to say I'll never forget the 91
But I'm saying that was like...
Neither will we, Troy.
That
Neither
was
will
such
we.
an emotional win for me because I chose East Carolina over South Carolina. I almost let football make that decision. And yet here the Pirates were beating South Carolina on the football field. And it just felt vindicated, like this was the right decision.
Sure.
So,
although everybody in this room's life would be different had you gone to South Carolina.
I mean, I'm not saying that the Pirate Radio couldn't exist, but I definitely want to be part of it.
It would be Gamecock Radio.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. But I'd love to see the circle come complete with a win Saturday over the Gamecocks.
That would be nice.
That would be
like the vision.
The team lifts you up at midfield.
Kind of like Rudy.
Yeah.
They all are listening to this moment.
You never know.
Galvanizing.
It would be
for
an
the team.
emotional win, though. I mean, as I said, I don't know when we're going to play these guys again. Definitely not in Greenville. Let's finish it. Let's finish the series with a victory.
I hope you rush the field.
And then I feel like this is the spark this program needs for the momentum to turn things around. I mentioned it earlier on Twitter. I said I really feel this program needs that positive momentum. This game would give this program that positive momentum. It definitely would lift the fan base up.
Just kind of sad you don't believe in them to get the win, Troy.
Well, see, that's the reverse psychology of this thing, because I know if I pick us to win, we're going to lose. So I'm going to say if I pick us to lose, we'll probably win. All because right. My picks are terrible, Clip, as you
reverse
know.
jinx.
Yes,
okay.
It is
I'm
a reverse jinx. I don't think the Pirates will win if I had to put money on the game, but I want them to win.
Mm-hmm. I got the Pirates winning this game.
I know you do.
We
were the exact opposite last week. And we're the exact opposite this week. You're on a roll.
Some real irrational confidence going about this game.
You have turned into me, and I've turned into you.
I'll never do that. Eric Ward texted in and said, and some people may be interested in this, he said, tell Glenn that we will play Nuck If You Buck just for him tomorrow. Clean version only.
Wow.
But Nuck If You Buck at Dowdy 50.
I love it.
Am I bad? Is it bad that I don't get it?
That is a hip hop song.
Yeah, it's famous for being played at stadiums. Okay. We have not played it in the past.
You know the song I've heard?
There's a South Carolina connection there, I guess. It's a thing.
You know the song I like right now? They don't know whether it's a country song or a rap song. It's the Nelly song with Florida Georgia Line. Little Bit.
Well, I got to tell you that you would definitely know what Knuck If You Buck is when it plays.
Yeah, I probably heard it. But I love that.
No, I'm saying you would know what type of song it is.
Have you heard that new Nelly?
I'm not really.
That's a good.
That's not really my bag, baby.
Yeah, that'd be a good stadium song.
It's not my wheelhouse, as Clip says.
Mike says Troy. They should let Troy suit up and stand on the sidelines tomorrow. Just kind of be a hypo guy on the sidelines.
That'd be cool.
Honorary player.
Have the 91 jersey on.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
that'd be good. I'd love to be the hype guy. Look, that would be something I think I could do well. I'd love to give a pregame speech to these guys.
Wow.
Why this matters and how important it is.
Yeah, we'll let Houston.
Would you form it around the idea that you almost went to South Carolina and came here?
About him. Yeah. Guys, I'll tell you why this game's important. Because I went down to Columbia and almost went to school there. Tyler Sneed's looking at Rajay like, what? Who cares? Good stuff.
Bruce Bivens is staring me down.
Yeah.
You gotta stop talking.
You're trying to make eye contact with him.
Yeah, I know. Don't look at Bruce in the eyes. You'll turn to stone.
All right, Troy. Good stuff, man.
Yeah. Good luck on the Saturday broadcast, by the way. And we've got a full show coming your way on PRL for the rest hour 2, hour 3. Also, remember Free Boot Friday, first free boot in over 2 years. We'll be out there at the Pirate Radio table with our awesome, you can see it if you're watching our Facebook live feed or YouTube feed. Glenn is our model. We weren't able to have a huge budget for this, so we appreciate you modeling it, Glenn. Pirate Vibes only. We've never done a tie-dye shirt. These things look awesome.
I have asked for a tie-dye shirt to be done for 3 years.
I will say Glenn has been pushing for this.
And it finally happened, and I think it's going to be successful.
Yeah, and the cool thing is I think the next game, I should have asked Eric when he was on, I think the next game is gold out. These are gold T-shirts, gold tie-dye shirts. So if you get one now, you're set for the next home game.
So we thought that the gold would be a little bit lighter because it's hot this time of year.
Yeah.
And maybe when it's not so hot, we'll do a purple or something.
Glenn, and how does it feel? They look like very nice, comfortable
they're very
shirts.
comfortable.
I have not even, listen, I don't even have one of these yet. I haven't even tried one on
yet.
They're hot,
baby.
I've only seen them. We let our staff have them first.
Select few have these.
Yeah, seriously. Me and Ellerby don't even have one of these yet. That's how hot they are.
We treated them special. When they came in, it was no pictures, no photos, no videos. This can't get out. This is on lock.
They look good. I hope to get one tonight at Free Food.
While supplies
we don't sell out. Yeah. So thanks, guys. Appreciate all y'all hard effort. Shirley, you too, of course, and keep up the great work.
All right. When we return, we'll continue on our Bud Light ECU report and hear from Mike Houston, Donnie Kirkpatrick, Blake Harrell, as they spoke earlier this week at ECU football practice. We'll get you set for the Gamecocks and the Pirates. More to go on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hello, Greenville and Pitt County. We at Pitt County Schools want you to know that we are a thriving and connected school system ready and open for all students this year. We are offering all in-person learning with limited virtual options while operating on a 5-day, full-day schedule for our 38 school campuses. Pitt County Schools offers rigorous academic opportunities such as dual language programs, STEM engagement, global education, and college readiness. We also offer competitive athletics, full support for exceptional children, and career readiness opportunities such as paid apprenticeships and unique business partnerships. Pitt County Schools is fully committed to engage, empower, and elevate every student every day. Visit our website today at pittschools.org, where you'll find our new jam-packed strategic plan, our new mission and vision, our profile of a learner, or check out our unique preschools, elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, and early colleges. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student every day.
Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Signs and Tint is family owned and operated right here in Greenville, and their NC licensed electricians specialize in ceramic coating, vehicle wraps, and more. Signs and Tint offers 10% off for military and first responders. Also, make sure to mention Pirate Radio at checkout for a discount. Stop by their office today at 801 Staten Road or visit them online at signsandtint.com.
There are times in our lives when we feel like we have hit rock bottom with nowhere to go, but that is actually when God is closest to us and building us into who we are meant to be. Hi, I'm Holt Nailers, and that's how Built When Broken was formed. BuiltWhenBroken.com is an apparel brand to remind people not only where they come from, but also where they are going. Visit BuiltWhenBroken.com to get the latest BWB apparel, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. BuiltWhenBroken.com, apparel for our walk through life.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
This is Dr. Chris Hasty with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. For more than 35 years, we've been taking care of the student athletes at East Carolina University. We are happy to have received the designation of official team physicians from the university. Whether you need assistance with a sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, my colleagues and I are here to help. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
At West Park Motor Company, customer satisfaction is the #1 goal while offering a wide range of cars, trucks, and SUVs at very competitive prices. Shop online at westparkmotorcompany.com right now to get started. Looking to sell your vehicle? Call West Park for a free appraisal. West Park is willing to pay more for your car or truck than the next dealer. West Park Motor Company with locations in Greenville and Washington and proud courtesy car dealer for the Pirates for over a decade. Go Pirates!
This is ECU head baseball coach Cliff Godwin, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Need some beer for the weekend? The Jarvis Street Bottle Shop near Christie's Europub is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews along with wine and growlers. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating North Carolina craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by Tuesday through Sunday or check out the Jarvis Street Bottle Shop on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you, Hour 1 on this Football Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We've got our Week 1 NFL picks coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. Morgan Ehlers, voice of Dowdy Ficklin Stadium at 5 o'clock, and Ariel Epstein, formerly of WCTI 12, now doing big things in the sports gambling space. So we'll talk about some games, some player props, and get you ready for a busy football weekend. It is the most wonderful time of the year indeed. Mike Houston had a bit of a serious tone this week following ECU football practices, including Wednesday. We played part of that for you yesterday. Let's hear the continuation of Mike Houston from earlier this week, taking questions after football practice.
When you look at playing App State and then they play the kind of an overmatched team, Eastern Illinois, does that help hurt anybody? I mean, what are your thoughts on that transition for either team?
Schedule's a schedule. You play who's next. There's no point even debating it because we didn't get a say in it. I mean, it's this schedule and next year's schedule, and the year after that, we're all set by the previous administration. So, we play the games we're scheduled to play.
Coach, can you touch on the importance of your home opener and what that means to you guys?
Well, just to have fans back in the stands, I just think it's going to be so special, especially with having a large crowd here for the home opener after nobody being here last year virtually for the whole year. It's like I said before, it's one of the things I remember from when we came down here when I was the coach of my previous school. It's one of the things I remember just when I was growing up in this state, and it's what so many of these kids, they came here because of the great game day atmosphere, and and our enthusiastic fan base. So it's very important to all of us.
Coach Beamer had a lot of nice things to say about where you've taken the program yesterday. What is facing a coach that's kind of new to a new school? What kind of problems does that pose for you guys, not having a ton of tape on what he likes to do, I guess?
Well, we know his staff pretty decent. I've never met Shane, but I knew his dad, or know his dad, and it's he comes from a good football family, and South Carolina's it's a job I think that's got a ton of potential. So I think it's they're excited to have him there, but we just kind of went off what we know about the guys that are there on his staff that are calling everything. So,
Coach, we haven't seen Camber in a while. What's his status right now?
He's out medically. So,
can you talk about the sense of urgency here? I know you don't want to go down 2-0 to begin with here to start the season. In an effort to try to get this thing cooking, talk about the sense of urgency, just trying to get a W on the board.
I mean, we try to win every week now. That's it. So had a challenging time in the opener. Played a very good team, did a lot of good things. That game's behind us. Got a good team coming in here Saturday. Kids are going to play hard. You play the game to win. So that's the deal. It doesn't matter what game it is.
All right. Good way to cap it off. Mark Lindsay, always very current with the questions he asked. He had the famous right before Thanksgiving, what turkeys got cooked up for this weekend. And there, the U.S. Open going on. So maybe he had the tennis fever and asking a question about the urgency, and you don't want to go down 2-0. Or I guess in tennis terms, he should have just said, you don't want to go 30-0. You need to get a point here, Coach.
Was that supposed to be funny?
No, none of that is supposed to be funny.
But it is.
But it's hilarious.
I know Mark Lindsay's a big golf guy.
Yeah.
So maybe he spent some time on the tennis court as well.
You don't want to go a couple strokes back here, Coach. You really need to eagle here.
I can see it all over your face there, Coach.
2-0. All right. That got me ready for the game. All right, let's hear from Donnie Kirkpatrick. So Mike Houston talked for 5 minutes earlier on Wednesday.
Something had happened at the end. There was a situation at the end of practice where I guess players were not feeling the same sense of urgency that the coaching staff was,
or that Mark Lindsay is.
Yes.
So he was very brief. He went 5 minutes. Donnie Kirkpatrick filled in the time and went 20 minutes. So
Donnie was up there doing stand-up.
Yeah, Brian Kelly style. We broke it into parts here. So Shirley, let's hear part one of Donnie K from earlier this week.
You obviously don't know the blitz pickup, what the assignments are. When you kind of watched the last game, was it one player here or there with those 3 rushers?
Well, we did have a couple protection breakdowns that hurt us. I thought, right before the half, it happened when we had a chance to, with 2-minute offense, drove it all the way down to the red zone there, and we did have a couple breakdowns there. We had one on another drive that we ended up settling for a field goal, and there was another drive got us, and I think it probably was 5 times we just had a bust. And they were bringing a lot of guys. They were bringing a house, which was a little out of character for them. Visiting with them afterwards. We got a lot of good friends on staff. So we kind of talk, and we share information because it's a friendly rivalry with them. I was there for a while, and Coach Foster was there, and so it's kind of like that. And what we were told was they thought that was the way to play us. They'd studied the SMU game. SMU didn't pressure us much, and Holton shredded them. And then. I think the Georgia State game, they had blitzed all kind of different ways, and they had hurt us, and they thought that was the way. Said you can't let him get comfortable. And they had a couple good blitz schemes for the run as well. That they were blitzing not just on those 5 passes, that kind of busted the run game up a little bit too. So early our plan had to switch. We're going to run a lot of counter. They'd struggled to defend the counter, and they really had anticipated, I guess, we're going to run the counter. So we had to get to the zone. We got to that early in the second half, had a good drive, had a couple good runs there. Unfortunately, the score kind of got it out a little bit where we didn't have time to just run the ball. So we had to throw it a little bit more probably than we wanted to. But the thing that's either good or bad is that it was 5 different guys. It was 5 different guys had a bust. And so we had 2 times Snead was wide open and had to throw it a little bit high, because if you've ever been standing there with a football and a guy runs his helmet right into your chin, it's a little more difficult to throw the ball. And we had the same situation on the other one, and it happened to be Snead. Snead's a great player. He doesn't have the best catch radius, so you got to be a little bit more accurate there. And so that kind of broke us down. But I mean, that's something we got to fix, and we're on to the next week with that a little bit. So
on those plays, I guess we're holding out a sack. Does he have like a hot read, or is it more just he didn't have time to even get it?
Well, he took a couple sacks when it was just a regular rush. The guy got beat, you know what I'm saying, like that, which is part of the game. I mean, their defensive ends are good, their tackles are good, and like that too. Everything's got a hot to it, yeah, it does. Now, sometimes they cover the hot, you know what I'm saying, too. It doesn't mean it's just going to always be wide open like that. But, Holton, we took, 4 sacks, I guess, is what he took. He did a couple jobs of scrambling. Our completion percentage probably wasn't what I would like for it to be overall. He had 4 balls he threw away to avoid sacks. He had one where you clock it. That's an incomplete pass. We threw a big bend that was caught, but now says it was not caught. There's another incomplete pass. And then we had an opportunity where we threw another touchdown, and somebody said a guy in the third row over there did something wrong or something, and they called that one back, which didn't go into the things there. So really, he'd have had a 4-touchdown day and about a 350-yard day, and would have had a pretty good percentage if we wouldn't have had the penalties and the breakdowns. The penalties were a big part of what we got to fix. We had another holding penalty early on a wide out where we had a first down. We had, like I say, the touchdown call back. We had a 60-some yard run. We're still looking for that holding call. We can't find that one, but somebody, they said, held on that one. And that really could have turned the game around. I don't think it would have ever been a pretty game. I think it was going to be kind of an ugly, got to go pound the rock a little bit type game. But, 2 touchdowns back. We got a field goal on one of those. That's 11 points difference. And then we had a 60-some yard run. We had first and goal on the 6. At worst, you get 3. That's 14. Or if you get 7, I mean, it could have been now down to the last possession of the game. We had an onside kick that we had in our hands at one time. That's football. That's football. You have to go make those plays, or you have to overcome those plays to be able to win. We played a team that has been, Division I for 6 years. They've won 63 games in 6 years. I'm not good at math, but I know that's more than 10. They've won 6 straight bowl games. You got to go beat them. They're not going to beat themselves, obviously. They're a pretty experienced team. They had a lot of super seniors on the team, and got a lot of respect for them. So, anyhow, like I say, that's done now. We got to go play better next week, because everybody gets better from game 1 to game 2, or you're really in trouble.
There is Donnie Kirkpatrick from earlier this week, and again, you can look at it and say, and I mean, he's right. He's factually correct. Without the 2 touchdowns called back, without Holton's big run called back, that score is certainly different. The game is likely different. Don't know if it would have meant a Pirate victory, but on the flip side of that, App State took the foot off the gas in the fourth quarter and wanted to bleed that clock and just get out of there. They could have scored more as well. Could have been a lot more points scored, I think, on both sides last Thursday night. Let's hear more from Donnie Kirkpatrick.
Is South Carolina a team that you feel like that you can score points against, and how do you go about doing that against a team?
Well, you have to score some points. I mean, now, are they going to be an easy team? But no. In the year 2021, they've never given up a point. I don't think anybody's ever scored on them. So obviously, it's not like, okay, we can't wait to go play them. You know what I'm saying? So they're pretty good. The worst SEC team's an NFL team. You know what I'm saying? The worst SEC team is probably, got 7 or 8 NFL guys out there. Their D-line's phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? They're phenomenal. So that'll be a huge challenge for us. What we got to find a way. You do think, though, what I'm saying, you start out Sunday, you're watching the tape, you go, oh my God, somebody, better get out the rosary beads or something here. We got to start praying, but every day you keep chipping away and you go, wait a minute now. Okay, we got something here, we got something here. You form a plan, and then usually by the time you get into the game, you're like, okay, we can do this. You know what I'm saying? We got to execute. But it just comes down to we'll have to go execute. But right now, we got nothing to go on. It's always like this with a couple of games early in the year. New staff, you're not really sure what they're going to do. We're studying old film of other teams where their coaches have been. Well, they'll do some of that, but it's different guys. So what we've got is one game against a team that they didn't have much trouble with, and so that was scary watching that tape. But we're still optimistic. I mean, I'll be honest. I know I've heard all the stuff, devastated, all that. Well, in this business, they're all you're all disappointed. You're always disappointed. I mean, we lost a state championship when I was in high school, my senior year. God, that's been so many years ago, because we had a crappy quarterback threw an interception late in the game. My dad was the coach. He's won 2 state championships in his career as a Hall of Famer. He ain't forgiven me for that one yet. You know what I'm saying? He still ain't forgiven me for that. He'll be 91 next month. So, he's still talking about how he can't get over that loss right there, okay? But, literally, the man can't remember what he had for lunch, but he can still remember I threw that interception. So we have gotten over it, though, because that's what we have to do. If we were airplane pilots, we'd be in trouble right now. You know what I'm saying? We'd have wrecked that sucker. We'd be done. But we're football coaches, so we're on to the next game.
How is Noah Henderson doing? It's tough for Baylor now. Like, obviously, the first game. Where do things stand up there?
Yeah, that's heartbreaking because Bailey had committed himself and had worked so hard. He had so much energy. He actually got hurt right at the beginning of the game and tried to play. Kind of probably hurt it worse. So we just feel so bad for Bailey. We're just so thankful that Noah was able to come back and practice and was able to jump in there and play. And Noah played pretty well. He had one of those. Everybody had their one. He had one of those protection deals was him. You know what I'm saying? And besides that, though, he did pretty good against their guys. And so he's had a good week. And, we always thought he was a starter anyhow. You know what I'm saying? You can only put 5 out there at one time, but we always thought of him as a starter. And so he'll have to play good this week because now I'm telling you, the D-line for them is special. They're special. It'll be as good as we'll see. And we saw really good last week. But this one, you're like, oh, my goodness. They're bigger. They're even as fast, but they're bigger.
Donnie Kirkpatrick there, he is like a wind-up doll, whatever you call it, where you pull the string.
You just let him go?
I mean, the high school story was great. Talked about a crappy quarterback, and that's good setup and delivery on the joke there that quarterback was him, that he was referring to. And South Carolina, to his point, they are picked at the bottom with Vanderbilt of the SEC, but they have a ton of talent. I still don't know what they got. Talking to Corey Miller earlier this week, talking to Tommy Suggs, you'll hear him on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. He's the color analyst for the Gamecocks. They reiterated time and time again just how bad Eastern Illinois is, and also both said South Carolina, they weren't that impressed with the Gamecocks last week, even though they won 45-0. So that's kind of scary to think about, but South Carolina playing their first real competition coming up Saturday.
I don't think they know what they got.
They don't?
Yeah, I think they're kind of...
They know that
they know less than what we know about our own team.
Probably. They do know that they have a very talented future NFL running back in Kevin Harris, and Phil Steele, Wager McGee, broke this one out on me Wednesday, which I found hard to believe, but Phil Steele has their offensive line ranked 4th among SEC teams.
Wow.
And you know how great the O-lines are in the SEC.
Because of how great the D-lines are.
Yeah, and they got a good D-line as well. So, yeah, they got a good team. They have a lot of pieces right now. They're trying to put those pieces all together, and hopefully that'll come later in the year and not week 2 against East Carolina. Let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap up the hour with more Donnie Kirkpatrick, and if we have time, Blake Harrell. At 4 o'clock, we'll switch gears. We'll talk NFL. We'll make some picks. My favorite segment during the week, during the football season. And everybody's 0-0 right now, except the Dallas Cowboys, who are 0-1, and the Bucs are 1-0. After last night's thriller, we'll talk about that one with Tony Dunn, talk Panthers and more. In Hour 2, Morgan Ehlers and Ariel Epstein in Hour 3, and it's Free Beer Friday. How could I forget? On the other side of the break, I will show you what you will be winning today if you are a lucky caller in Hour 3. I'll go ahead and tell you now. Bud Light aluminum bottles, about a 15-pack of that. And how about a 12-pack of the limited edition Busch Light Apple? Busch. I'll throw that on the table when we return after this.
Pirate Nation, your ECU football team is getting ready for another season, and they need you inside Downey-Picklen Stadium. Football season tickets are on sale now, and great seats are still available. Come out and watch your Pirates take on SEC opponent South Carolina, preseason top 10, Cincinnati, and many more. Season tickets start at just $99 and can be purchased online at ECUPirates.com or over the phone at 1-800-DIAL-ECU. Buy yours today, and let's bring back Rowdy Dowdy. Go Pirates!
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in ENC. Open 7 days a week. Plus, the Buck has live music every night, along with football. The Buck has a brand new 15-foot 4K screen, the only one in Greenville, and over 18 big screens with all your college and pro action. Sunday Fun Day will also be stocked with the biggest Bloody Mary and Mimosa bar, along with the NFL Sunday Ticket and food trucks out back. Check out the Buccaneer Music Hall. Open every day, noon until 2 a.m., with live music every night, and now football and food trucks during the day.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Downey's Wood Ducks Baseball is back for their final home series of the season. Come out Saturday, September 18th for the team photo giveaway. Get your tickets now at woodducksbaseball.com. See you at Granger Stadium for the final Wood Ducks games of the season. Go Woodies!
Are you suffering from anxiety, sleep issues, or chronic pain? Have you heard of CBD? You can learn about the benefits of CBD right here in Greenville at the Hemp Garden. Hemp Garden offers a variety of products and solutions that are truly making a difference in our community. Hemp Garden also provides products that can assist with energy and focus. Have a pet? Come check out their selection of CBD pet products. Visit Hemp Garden to speak with a CBD specialist in a relaxed and welcoming environment today. Exclusive discounts are offered to first-time customers. Hemp Garden, located at 3040 South Evans Street in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville.
Hey Pirates, this is Holt Nailers. A big part of my success on the field is what I eat at home. To keep my body filled up, I order meals off a Clean Eats meal plan. I choose the meals I want from 6 different meals offered each week, and I pick them up on Sunday or Monday at the cafe on Red Banks Road. Each meal is packed with the perfect mix of healthy proteins, carbs, and veggies to keep my engine running at full speed. Go to cleaneats.com, click on meal plans, or stop by the cafe and get all the info. Clean Eats and the Pirates, a winning combination.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in Eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar in Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
Pirate Radio.
We are not coming together to just be average. We want to build a program that will year in and year out compete for the American Athletic Conference Championship and compete nationally against any and everybody.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, Pirate fans, are you craving a calzone? Then Community Calzone is for you. They're open 7 days a week, plus they're open late on weekends until 4 a.m., and they deliver. For calzones, wings, salads, and more, make it Community Calzone on Greenville Boulevard, now open for dine-in, takeout, or delivery. Community Calzone. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, Shirley, I was going to tell you that Community Calzone had more than just calzones, but you said it right there. I love the names of the calzones. I'm going to find the one I had. I had the root. Do you say root or route?
Depends.
Okay, if you're talking
Like-
about...
Are you talking about roads or
highway?
If it's a highway, it's... Ooh. Well, if it's 66,
I
then it's
think-
Route 66, but you can also say...
I think you say both, right?
Yeah, you can say it both ways, I guess.
But you would never say like that wide receiver ran a route.
Well, correct.
You would
Or
say he ran a route.
Look at that tree route.
But that's a different spelling.
It is, but
I just think of things that are spelled the same. Said different.
Or that team lost in a route last night.
Yes.
All right, anyway. I had the Route 43, which is hamburger, cheddar, onion, hot sauce, and Mexican seasoning.
That sounds nice.
And they have, burger, chicken, steak, Italian, whatever calzone you want. But I also had on another trip, a chef salad and some wings. And as you said, there in the read, they have it all at Community Calzone. Good stuff.
I've browsed through their menu. I just haven't had a chance to eat there yet.
It is. It's really good. It's
Well, let's check it
something
out.
different,
Yeah.
You get tired of the regular stuff, go with Community Calzone. All right, you can see it displayed now if you're watching on Facebook Live or on YouTube. Our Free Beer Friday and a great giveaway today. We've got a 15-pack of 16-ounce Bud Light aluminum bottles, 12-pack of limited edition Busch Light Apple. I've seen people asking about this. Apparently, this is kind of hard to find. So, one of our lucky listeners is going to win that today. In hour 3, we'll throw in a Bud Light shirt, koozies, and a large 2-topping pizza from Domino's. That'll be great for your tailgate on Saturday. Speaking of which,
What did you?
go ahead.
Speaking of which, what did you guys think of the graphic I put up yesterday of the situation with the Donnie K recipe for
the
Bloody
recipe for a
Marys?
Bloody Mary, yes.
I thought
I liked it.
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it sucked.
Well, thank you for your effort.
Of course, it was fine.
I just thought it was funny.
It was, Glenn. Do we
Thank
need
you.
to tell you did a good job?
No, I just hadn't had a chance to talk to you about it.
Come here, I'll pat you on the head.
I just thought it was a good time to bring it up.
No, it was great because Donnie referenced. Did he say it? I don't know if he said it yet in the clips we've played.
He has not said it.
Yeah,
yet. No, that's towards the end.
but he threw out the 8 a.m. Early game. Get your Bloody Marys ready, or whatever. Whatever he said in this folksy voice.
I feel like he has experience. I bet Donnie makes a great Bloody Mary.
I don't know if I've ever had a Bloody Mary.
Wow.
I can honestly say I don't.
Because I don't like tomato.
Yep.
It's something about
or tomato juice.
It's something about the morning that makes it okay. They're only good in the morning.
Yeah, apparently so.
It's kind of a hair of a dog thing.
I'm fine with a beer in the morning.
Hair of the what?
Hair of the dog. You know.
Okay.
It's like it's meant to be like a drink that wakes you up after a night of
Gotcha.
drinking.
Okay.
A healthy alternative while you're still drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
Basically. All right, so maybe you'll have the Bloody Marys going on Saturday morning. If you need a place to park, you can call or text now to reserve a parking spot on the corner of Elm Street and Greenville Boulevard for $20. It is a 10-minute walk to the stadium. It's a grass lot. There is a porta-john if you need to do your business. And again, a 10-minute walk. You can call 252-917-3501. Call or text, and you can do it now. You can do it on the way to the game because they accept Venmo. So just wanted to throw that out there. If you're wondering about parking, you don't have something ready to go yet, you can call or text 252-917-3501, and that is it's $20, 10-minute walk, grass lot, porta-john. There you go. You'll be all set to go. All right, we now only have a couple minutes left. Let's hear more Donnie K, Shirley Rhodes. If we have time later in the show, we probably will in hour 3. We'll hear some Blake Harrell, but let's hear more Donnie Kirkpatrick.
So they seem to kind of game plan and take away Tyler Snead. Is there something you guys are looking to do moving forward to kind of isolate him?
Well, I don't, everybody knows where Snead's at. Everybody knows where CJ's at, I think. I mean, they couldn't find Blake Prohl. I guess that's the only one they would have, been in the scouting report was where's he? He didn't come back, so they're going to know. Those guys have to just go work and get open. But he was open. he was open. I don't know what he got. He got 3 or 4 catches underneath. That's kind of his game. He's not a deep threat guy. It's hard to throw to him deep. I think the biggest thing was we had him on 2 of those conversion downs, and he was open, and he got hit right when he was throwing the ball. So we threw one behind him. Tyler's beating himself up. He thought he should have caught it. The other one, we just threw it over his head. If he catches either one of them, it's probably huge. The one's a touchdown. There's no question. We've kind of run a rub route, and the DB's jumped around the guy, and he's nowhere to. He's out of pursuit. He's out of angle. The other one, it would have been a run up the field, and you got to just make those plays. You got to make those plays. I mean, if a guy goes there and gets 5 catches and scores 2 touchdowns and has 100 yards, everybody's talking about, wow, that's pretty special. Tidy had 3 with some underneath stuff, but we got to get him the ball. We know that. Yeah, we got to get Keaton Mitchell the ball. You know what I'm saying? We got to get Raji the ball. You know what I'm saying? We got to move the ball to do that, though. You got to get the ball back to do that. Luckily our punter had a terrific game, or we would have really been in trouble because we couldn't get any field position. But at least we kept pinning them back too. Because of the punt, we just could never get the field. We never had one field position. I don't think past the 28-yard line. The percentages of scoring from 32 yards away are about 20% in college football. So we need a break. You know what I'm saying? We need a break. Like that too. But you got to cause your own breaks, I guess. You know what I'm saying? That's part of it.
Donnie, Coach Houston was animated at the end of practice about a sense of urgency and finding that urgency. Can you speak to that?
Well, that's totally him every minute. The whole bit, and the whole coaching staff is like that. So there's a balance between you don't want to act like you're panicking. You know what I'm saying? But when you're 18 to 22 years old, you probably don't understand the importance of practice and doing things right all the time that you do when you're older and you're coaching. When I was in college, I swore the coach was absolutely insane. This cannot be that big a deal here on a Wednesday. But now that you're coaching it, you're like, how can you not understand how important that is? That's just what little bit of maturity that we get, I guess, as coaches. We don't get much of it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he was a little bit animated at the end of this practice over a special little thing we were doing, and I think some of the guys thought practice was over, and they thought wrong.
They thought wrong, according to Donnie Kirkpatrick there, Glenn Griffin with the observation. Did you see something or hear something, Glenn,
heard something
at the end of that practice?
I mean, it was loud. It was loud and intense. I couldn't make out quite what it was. And, you can't hear the details, but
it'd be like if I walked off at 5:58, like, all right, I'm done, and you'd be like, hey, the show ain't over.
Yeah, I think there was a well, I'm not sure it was a walk-off. I think it was more of the guys were goofing.
Yeah.
And coach didn't like that.
Well, you'll never get any goofing around here. Let's take a break. We will come back. Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. We'll get you ready for week 1 of the NFL, which kicked off last night with a Dallas Cowboys loss. So everything is right in the world. Tony Dunn, CarolinaCatChronicles.com, will join us if he can find a parking spot. And we will look at all of the games for week 1. We'll make some picks. We'll talk Panthers, Jets, and a whole lot more when we return. Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live on the way after this.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
Anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
In a world of fake profiles, fake tans, and fake flavors, naturally flavored Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer strives for realness. It's USDA certified organic, with no sugar or carbs, and only 80 calories. So the only thing touching your taste buds is organic, refreshing, and delicious. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri 63118.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at carolinaqualityair.com.
In studio with Gloria from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Gloria, what is cryotherapy?
Cryotherapy is when your body is exposed to extremely cold but therapeutic temperatures for several minutes. It has many benefits, including decreased pain, decreased inflammation, increased energy, and improved overall wellness. That's why at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we offer a wide variety of services, including cryotherapy. So whether you're an athlete or whether you just want to give your health a boost, cryotherapy will help to ensure that you're feeling great and living well. So come chill with us and you'll be back for more.
Discount Mattress and Furniture, 1501 Evans Street in Greenville. Everything must go up to 75% off. Air conditioners, $199. Refrigerators, $199. Dryers, $199. Queen mattresses, $199. ECU purple chairs, $99. Everything must go up to 75% off. Discount Mattress and Furniture, Body Railroad Track, 1501 Evans Street in Greenville. Winning is not everything, it's the only thing.
The UPS store in Winterville is now open on Fire Tower Road, across from Marabella Pizza and beside Subway. Trust the UPS store in Winterville with pack and ship guarantee and same-day printing. When it comes to shipping, the UPS store in Winterville has everything you need in one place. The boxes, the packing material, and all the assistance along with on-site notary, passport photos, and business and printing service and freight. The UPS store, now open in Winterville 7 days a week. The UPS store in Winterville is your premier location. Go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Are you starting to plan your holiday travel for this year? Book today on American Airlines at PGV and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines and PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Hey Pirate fans, your one-stop shop for all your tailgate essentials is Shimmer Boutique. Need some purple and gold to wear? Shimmer has a great selection of clothing for men, women, and children. Need some shoes? Shimmer has the best selection of Hey Dudes around. Need a cooler for tailgating? Shimmer has you covered with a huge selection of Yeti and outdoor accessories. Shimmer, just 1 minute from the stadium on Greenville Boulevard behind Starbucks and in Winterville and Jacksonville. Find us online at shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates!
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. When your air conditioning needs repairing or replacing, call on the reliable service professionals of Delcor Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Go to delcorinc.com or give them a call at 252-321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals in Greenville. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Alrighty, hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live here on a Free Beer Friday. We'll give away some Bud Light and some Busch Light Apple coming up in hour number 3 of today's program. I've never had the Busch Light Apple. How about yourself, Tony?
Never.
I've seen people asking where it's available, so I think it's sometimes difficult to find. So somebody's going to be really happy coming up in hour number 3.
Well, you always want to make sure the products you're featuring, you're talking well about them. But I feel like Apple is one of those things that's hard to get a flavor right where it feels natural. You know what I'm saying? You know, like strawberries kind of like that, where it feels like it's like an artificial strawberry flavor.
Like if you have like candy and stuff, like
yeah, like it's either hit or miss.
Yeah, I do like the sour apple Jolly Rancher.
Best one ever. Dude. That's the green, right?
That's a good apple.
That and the watermelon.
Well, those are undeniably the best. All right, Tony Dunn is here, NFL Week 1 is here, and Tony, usually on our Friday shows, we'll have a Thursday night or the night before, and it will be so boring or so inconsequential to what's going on in the league. Sometimes we don't even bring it up at all. That was certainly not the case last night. It was an awesome game between the Bucs and the Cowboys. Bucs win it on a last-second field goal. Cowboys scored, gave Tom Brady too much time. He drives down the field. Controversial no call with Antonio Brown pushing off, maybe, but got away with it. And, a huge fantasy night if you had the Bucs and the Cowboys players outside of, I guess, Ezekiel Elliott, who didn't do anything
Thank
at all.
goodness for that, because in our Pirate Radio Football League, Fantasy Football League, I was playing Antonio Brown.
He did have a good game.
Ezekiel Elliott.
He did not.
And Zerline.
Could have been worse.
Could have been.
3 for 5 on field goals for Greg the Leg. Also missed an extra point, so his point total could have been a lot higher as well. But how about the two quarterbacks? Tom Brady back again, 379 yards, 4 touchdowns, did have 2 interceptions. And Brady to Gronk is still a thing in 2021. A couple of TDs for Rob Gronkowski last night as well.
I'm most surprised by Antonio Brown. Maybe not surprised, but again, he is a great receiver that we kind of continue to forget exists on that team because there is so much talent.
Well, he had a quiet offseason, right? Maybe for the first time
Except
ever.
for that one picture punch we saw in practice where he punched a teammate.
Oh, true.
But then somehow Tom Brady and his media machine buried that.
Is he still living with Tom Brady? Wasn't that a thing?
He's
for a
got to
while?
be.
He's like the Cato Kalin for Tom Brady living in the pool house.
Let's hope it doesn't end that way.
By the way, not a great night for everybody. Mike Evans did not have a great night, and I have him in a league. But Chris Godwin scored a touchdown.
And fumbled.
Right at the goal line. Yep. Hurt. Sorry, Bucks bettors. If you tuned in, a guy I've been talking about a lot this offseason, my breakout player, is unfortunately CeeDee Lamb, who dropped 2 or 3 balls like the first drive of the game, but he ended up having a huge night as well. I think he breaks out. But Amari Cooper had a huge game as well. This Dallas offense is scary. I'm not going to deny that. And their defense is probably better, but the Bucs were able to put up a lot of points on them last night.
We had a lot of questions that I felt were answered a little bit last night with Dak Prescott. It's coming off a terrible injury. That's such a hot start last year. With a defense that we knew was so bad, they go out and draft they pull a Carolina Panthers and just draft a ton of defensive players, bring in a new defensive coordinator, but you're looking at all that talent on offense and you're saying, how's Dak going to look? And there were some times the ball was behind and it looked like it was a little slow coming out, but overall, I got to say, you should be very happy about the way Dak played last night in his return game after that injury. So, yeah, Dallas, I thought was much better than I expected them to be. And I thought the Bucs defense was not as stout as I expected it to be.
They are still the overwhelming favorite. Nothing changed there from what you saw last night. I'm talking about the Bucs and the NFC South. We'll get to our picks a little later on, but John, who I believe won a prize, John Dickens, better known as the guy that calls in on the 5th quarter and says, "Come on, guys." He says Teddy Two Gloves and the Broncos are going to put the beat down on the Giants. I should let you know he is a Broncos fan, so he's speaking from the heart more than the head there. But we'll make our Week 1 selections coming up later on. John has his Broncos as road winners over the New York Giants. All right, so the Bucs are 1-0. The Cowboys 0-1. Next Thursday night, by the way, it'll be the football team taking on the New York Giants. So we will be recapping that game unless Washington loses, Tony.
And then the third Thursday game.
Your guys?
The Panthers and Texans.
Ugh.
Joey Sly now the kicker for the Texans.
Joey Sly revenge game is what they're billing this one as.
What if he hits the 64-yarder at the end of the game? He couldn't do it for us.
Didn't y'all used to send him out there to make impossible kicks quite a bit?
And then people would be upset that he didn't really.
Graham Gano would have made that. Who is your kicker?
His name is Santoso.
Oh, is he the big guy?
He's the giant guy. Yeah, that looks that could play quarterback too, maybe.
I can't wait to see him against the Jets on Sunday. We'll talk Panthers in a moment. Tony, how about what has happened to the Baltimore Ravens? So they have lost J.K. Dobbins, who was going to be their starter. Gus Edwards is one of 6 players to have 700 or more rushing yards in 3 straight seasons. He is a very dependable, I don't know, he's a backup. He's all kind of been a 1A, 1B guy with the Ravens. He goes down earlier this week. They also lost Justice Hill. So the Baltimore Ravens have signed 4 running backs this week. The latest is Latavius Murray, former UCF Knight and former New Orleans Saint, who was released earlier this week by the Saints. He gets picked up by the Ravens. They have also picked up Le'Veon Bell, Devontae Freeman, and Trenton Cannon. Bell and Freeman are on the practice squad. That is like the richest practice squad in NFL history, with Le'Veon Bell and Devonta Freeman.
And Latavius. Well, that he's not going to be practice squad. Right?
He's going to go right in the game and probably get carries on Monday night.
I had to look it up. The Trenton Cannon name seems so familiar. He was just with the Panthers and released, so it's a former Panther, and I thought that he was going to be a special team.
So when was he released by the Panthers?
Just like last month, September 2nd. So like nobody is on this team. They're like, oh, they don't even know where they're at.
It's going to be a lot of Lamar Jackson, that sounds like, running the football, or just giving Latavius Murray the ball and saying go over the tackle or whatever.
I mean, despite the sadness that surrounds losing guys that you thought were young players or up and coming players, is that really, do you think that they're going to have trouble running the ball? I don't think so. Is that Jackson just presents that threat, and it just makes it easier for the running backs. I could see Le'Veon Bell actually being okay for the Ravens.
Well, I mean, I don't know what J.K. Dobbins' future looks like, but I don't think these guys are. And I'm going to say Christian McCaffrey, but Mike Davis had some pretty good games, right, in relief of McCaffrey last year. Is he like when Saquon Barkley went down? There's some players that you can't replace and do what they do. For these guys that the Ravens have lost, maybe you can replace them.
I think it's that cornerback, Marcus Peters.
That's a brutal injury, too.
And they happened on, I think, successive plays in practice to where they canceled practices. Like, no more guys getting hurt.
Well, Tony, I told you last Friday, the Browns are going to win this division.
Well, now this does help them a little bit. And I got to say, I'm a little selfish and greedy in this matter, is that I got a lot invested in the Las Vegas Raiders in fantasy football, and this kind of helps my case this in opening week.
I got an interesting pick in that game, Tony.
The upset.
For Monday Night Football.
I know you are a Raiders fan this year. I feel like you already said that.
That was my bold prediction, right? They finished second in the AFC West. I don't even know why. I don't really like any of their guys, but
well, I'm rooting for you right now because it turns out I'm a Raiders fan as well.
You looked at your fantasy roster and found out you too are invested in the Raiders. Let's talk Panthers. Then we'll take a break. Then we'll make some picks. So. Tony, what separates me from other radio guys, I ask the difficult questions you won't hear anywhere else. What are the keys to the game for Panthers Jets?
I feel like you are the first person that's ever asked that question.
Yeah, that's a great question, right?
Keys to the game.
Offensively for the Panthers.
Offensively, one is getting Christian McCaffrey back and on track.
How many touches will he get? How many touches do you think?
Not enough.
Yeah,
hey man, is that
it's gonna be like? Was it 2 or 3 years ago
where they just got 99? He was on every play. I think he sat one play out in the entire season, and you just feed him. And you want to do that because that's going to help the second key of game. It's just Sam Darnold making his debut in the Carolina Panthers jersey against his former team, and you know, everything kind of always comes back to the quarterback. Is rarely do you have any success in really football period and not have decent to very good quarterback play.
It's very rare. I mean, when we look at Super Bowl champions, Trent Dilfer always comes to mind.
He's the only person they always say.
And there's got to be another example of it, but recently, not even recently now, that was like 2000. But outside of that, it has been your Brady, Breeze 1-1, Rodgers 1-1, Russell Wilson's pretty elite, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, even Eli, when he won it, had some sensational moments, or at least got bailed out.
That's a decent example because they had good defenses, those Giants teams.
He's probably the most average quarterback that's won one as of late.
Well,
trying to think who else.
Do you count Nick Foles?
Peyton. Oh, yep. What about his brother, Peyton Manning? He was a shell of himself when he won it.
Old Peyton? Yeah, old Peyton was not as good as young Peyton when he won that Super Bowl with the Colts.
So I don't know if Darnold himself is a key, but it's certainly going to be important to the Panthers' success overall this season. Probably what will determine that most is the guys playing in front of him, and if that offensive line, which no one is particularly impressed with at this moment, can be mediocre to maybe even a little bit better than that. Taylor Moton, the only name of note on that offensive line. Matt Paradis, probably the second guy, our center, who's just the old hat, but has not played fantastic while he's been a Panther. He did play better last year in his second year as a Panther. The real question marks are going to be on that left side of the line. Cam Irvin brought in from the Cowboys, but he's been a journeyman in his career, starting with the Browns, then going to Kansas City, 1 year in Dallas, and now we're asking him to do a lot at left tackle. And then another former Jet, Pat Elflein, or F-line, whichever way. I guess I was route or route, whichever one you prefer as well.
Which do you go with, by the way?
I do believe I found myself when I was riding here, like, way more invested in this conversation than I should have been. I think I say Route 66.
Because in the song, it's like, get your kicks on Route 66.
But then the big dog did bring this. You don't ever say he ran great routes.
Yeah, but that's a different thing. I'm talking about
spelled
highway alone. We're talking road.
Route.
It's a football term.
Route.
It's a football term.
I mean, it's a route, just like a.
But how do you say
66?
But you would never say he ran the wrong route.
But if you're on the road, what do you say? You say route.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I, as someone who likes and enjoys like epistemology and etymology, and basically discussion of words.
Yeah.
Now I'm starting to think, is a route a direction, like a path to somewhere, in a route one that's already predetermined?
Wow.
Route 66, but we took that route, which is something a little
like
nuanced.
we found our way
right
along this path, which would be a route.
Right. And we happen to drive on Route 66 in the process.
A route would be a pre-planned.
All right. Sorry, radio listeners, for this terrible conversation.
I like it. I like the angle, though.
Back to the keys.
And so F-line, F-lean, whatever you want to say, left guard. We'll see how the left side of that offensive line looks.
The spread is down to 4, Tony. Panthers are 4-point favorite, total at 44.5. So Vegas is thinking a 24-ish to 20-ish score.
Well, they will be wrong, because it's going to be 35-10 Panthers.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, what is an acceptable score for the Jets, and what do you want to see? 10? It's pretty low.
It is low.
But rookie quarterback Jamison Crowder's out. Corey Davis is about to have 1 million catches on Sunday, I would think.
I think the Panthers just are, being slept on slightly here. Is there's a lot of offensive talent there. You have Christian McCaffrey, like one of the best players in the NFL, but then you look to the receiving corps, and there's some real names out there: DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, and who could be a grand surprise this season, Terrace Marshall Jr. So the offense has potential. It's just we haven't really seen it reach that potential. We're still kind of shell-shocked by years of Cam Newton injury, and then the very conservative Teddy Bridgewater offense. And then on the other side of the ball, there is some really dynamic players that could make some big-time waves this year. It's just the question in the NFL is, how do you weather injury? Right? Is the injuries are the equalizer or the diminisher of football hopes and dreams. And so Brian Burns this year could be all of a sudden become a household name. That's kind of my bold prediction. Hassan Reddick bet on himself coming and joining Matt Rule, his former college coach, and he really believes that they know how to utilize him in a pass rushing mode. And so then you got Jeremy Chin. So the defense could score, put us in some really good places. I feel like if there is going to be a week that we have a chance to really put a stamp or a mark on a team, the Jets should be one you do it against. I don't necessarily I don't know how confident I'm going to believe to hold them within 10, but I wouldn't be surprised either.
All right, one more. We'll take a timeout. What is your, because I was thinking about myself on this question, what is your excitement level 1 to 10 for the Panthers going into this year? And I'll answer mine first. I'm at about a 9 for the football team, Tony, which is,
wow.
This is
That's
probably
about as high as you can get.
This is the most excited I've been going into a year since 2013, the year after they won the division, RG3's rookie year. He was coming off of injury. I was thinking, hey, why can't he do it again? Rookie of the year. We're gonna be awesome again, and they fell flat.
Do you believe Curtis Samuel's gonna be the Triple Crown?
You know what?
I'm sorry. That was salty.
I'm not even going to talk about him until I actually see him do something. I'm not even sure he's a real person at this point. Hasn't practiced.
Does he exist?
Hasn't done anything. He's going to be on the IL for
the
3
short
weeks
term.
now.
Yeah.
But I'm at a 9 with this defense. I'm going to give Fitzpatrick a shot, so I'm excited. How about you for the Panthers?
I'm a 7, I think. And I think that this could be a season where we're pleasantly surprised. It could go a lot of different ways. I don't think we're going to be very bad. I just don't know if we'll be great. And so I am optimistic, particularly in the early half of the season. So I would say is that maybe I'm going to start at 10 right now in week 1. Week 2, I'm going to go to a 9, 8, 7, 6. It's probably going to go down as the season progresses.
Yeah, we might as well start at a 10, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a time out. We'll make some picks. Susan Deans, our resident Panthers fan, is excited to go to Charlotte this weekend, Tony. She says she's more excited to go to her favorite restaurant, Soul Food Market, and the team store rather than the game.
Wow.
So her excitement level is a little lower than yours. But, maybe she'll jump on board after Darnold hits Robbie Anderson for a 50-yard touchdown. Let's take a time out. We'll pick the Panthers-Jets game and the rest of Week 1 of the NFL when we return after this.
Tommy's Express Car Wash is the car wash Greenville is talking about. At the corner of Red Banks Road and Greenville Boulevard, this state-of-the-art wash will keep your car looking great. And now Tommy's has just launched its new 2.0 Tommy's Express app. And anyone who downloads the app now will receive 30 free days of washing with their top-of-the-line wash, the Works Wash. Download the Tommy's Express app now by going to your app store or visit them on location, open 7 days a week at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Amanda Houston, and when it came time to make the game-winning play for relaxation at our house, I made the right call to Jamie Lang and Carolina Hardscapes. Jamie and his team built the backyard oasis of our dreams with a beautiful custom paver patio, outdoor lighting, and fireplace. Make your backyard incredible and call Carolina Hardscapes today at 364-1201 or visit their showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Suck. Go Pirates!
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey Pirate Nation, are you ready for some Warren's hot dogs? Warren's original Hot and Judy's mild sweet chili hot dogs have been the official hot dog of sports fans for over 30 years. Pick up a tailgate special this football season of 10 or more hot dogs for only $1.50 each. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the new Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Warren's hot dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Come and explore great shopping in downtown Washington at Naughty Life. Hi, this is Gina from Naughty Life, and new fall merchandise is arriving every day, featuring all the new Yeti products, like the loadout buckets and waterproof dry duffel bags. We have new fall clothes for men, women, and children. At Naughty Life, we have something perfect for any occasion, like new jewelry and a great selection of sunglasses from Costa, Reflect, and RCI. Visit Naughty Life on Main Street in historic downtown Washington, and like us on Instagram and Facebook.
Tired and sluggish? Down in the dumps? Or just have the blahs? Maybe you need to hydrate. Revive Health and Wellness on East 10th Street in Greenville offers IV hydration that can help you with lack of energy, improve your mood, assist with immunity, even fix a hangover. Locally owned and operated, the team at Revive Health and Wellness are experienced and licensed registered nurses that will assist you in preparing for your IV session. Call or text today with questions or to set an appointment with Revive Health and Wellness. 252-350-1805. That's 252-350-1805.
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
Sawyer's Fun Park is now open in Greenville. This state-of-the-art 40,000 square foot facility features a 2-story LED interactive laser tag, a one-of-a-kind 2-story ninja course, a ropes course with a 180-degree zip line, and it's only one of 5 in the country that are indoors. Multiple climbing walls, a super cool arcade with 40-plus games, and a brand new full-service cafe and bar for adults. Visit the brand new Sawyer's Fun Park, now open, located right behind ARU on Corey Road, Greenville.
At West Park Motor Company, customer satisfaction is the #1 goal, while offering a wide range of cars, trucks, and SUVs at very competitive prices. West Park also offers financing, service, and is your local ARE camper shell dealer east of I-95. Outfit your truck with the best technology around with ARE camper shell at West Park Motor Company. West Park Motor Company with locations in Greenville and Washington, and proud courtesy car dealer for the Pirates for over a decade. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
It's great to be on. This is an honor. You know, Pirate Radio is kind of a cult following around North Carolina, so I'm excited.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Jersey Mike's is open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. You can order in the store or online through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, Tony Dunn and I, week 1 of the NFL, talking about clickbait on Netflix as we head back into the show. Y'all seen it yet?
Well, apparently...
Macon has.
Has,
I think.
But I haven't.
It's worth a watch.
So what is it? So I'm aware of the name. I know that it's a thing.
Dude
that
from
people are watching.
Entourage, who hadn't been in anything in forever.
Okay. Main character from Entourage.
Yes. Grenier.
Yes.
He, I don't want to give away like the story, but like,
what's the premise?
What's the basic premise?
A guy gets kidnapped.
Oh, and maybe this is where the term clear. So they put up a YouTube video or something like this. It was on a video, and it just says this. He's holding up a sign. He's like, "I treat women terribly. Blah blah blah. I'm awful." And then the next sign says, "If you get 5 million views, I'm dead." And then so people start watching this video, and then we have to figure out why this guy with a pristine reputation is all of a sudden putting up this weird cryptic sign.
So it is like social media Saw.
Yes. Well, at least
so it's like real life.
Story,
it's like real life.
But that's only like one little snippet of the whole movie.
There's a lot of stories going on, and it's a whodunit, but there's like
so you don't know who has them.
No,
or if it's real.
Yeah,
or why.
Yeah. It's a fun
And then you're worried if I got clickbaited into watching this show, and the guy from Entourage is going to get offed in episode 1.
Sure. So it's a show. How many episodes are there? 6?
It's like 8. Yeah, it's not long.
Like
it's an easy watch.
As easy of a watch as like
it's a one and done.
The Outer Banks is.
Yeah, pretty much similar, kind of,
except for not
easier.
So teeny bopper.
Let's get Macon in his box.
Intern Macon on. By the way, we'll be set up at Freeboot Friday.
You got to get Macon in here because if she is a hater of.
Macon will be slinging shirts coming up soon at Freeboot Friday.
Yeah, just as a warning, my 13-year-old son has pictures of characters from the Outer Banks on his walls right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's the teenage thing.
Yeah, I feel gross watching it as a 39-year-old adult.
It kind of scratches a Dawson's Creek itch.
I don't want to wait. I agree. Maybe. All right, so Macon, can you pass her some headphones or turn the mic off so she can hear me? So, do you watch Outer Banks as well?
Yeah, I watch Outer Banks.
And you watched Clickbait?
Yes.
Which one is better?
I like clickbait better because Outer Banks, okay, I like Outer Banks, but it's a little bit childish to me. Like the acting.
I mean, the ending is not great.
Yeah.
It's not great at
Well,
times.
also the storylines are like super far fetched as well. I mean, you don't watch it thinking you're watching a serious program.
Yeah, I think I was lost in Outer Banks. We knew the first season was wild when they started popping off gunshots at the Outer Banks and nobody got arrested. You're like, wait a second.
Wait a
homie.
second.
If this would have gone down in real life, everybody would have been in jail.
True, true. So, do you recommend clickbait?
Yes, it's
Okay.
so good.
Wow.
Intern approved.
I don't know about so good, but it's a fun watch. How about them Cowboys?
Okay, they weren't as bad as I expected. I'm a Cowboys fan, and I expected us to get whooped, and we didn't get whooped. We lost, but we didn't get whooped.
They put up the offense looks good again. Defense, we'll see. Brady and the Bucks are good.
Whooped. Are you from New York?
No,
Oh, sorry.
from an hour from here.
Just kidding.
She's on Route 43 to follow up. Thank you for being a part of the show, Macon.
No problem.
And Macon, intern Preslin, and our other fine folks will be at Freeboot Friday about an hour from now, selling our Pirate Vibes only tie-dye T-shirts. So go pick you up one. All right, Tony Dunn, let's make our picks. You've already let the cat out of the bag. That was kind of a pun because the Panthers and the cat family. You are taking the Panthers week 1, as am I. And Chandler has also dropped his picks on us. He is also going with the Panthers. And Tony, you think it'll be a blowout?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm hoping for one.
Are you going Darnold Anderson revenge game? Is that your kind of
Well,
thought?
yeah, that's one element. I think the forgotten Christian McCaffrey is another element.
Totally forgotten.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
hasn't been mentioned at all since 2 years ago.
recency bias of fantasy football just because he missed all, the yards aren't there, but
Even though he's a top 5 pick, he just doesn't get talked about.
Who are we talking about?
Exactly.
yeah.
I missed it.
McCaffrey.
That was the joke.
But wait, are you
Forgot man.
No,
we forgot that.
No,
forgot.
we didn't.
Forgot
Nobody
man.
forgot
It's
about
like Saquon. It's like
What are y'all-
Saquon forgotten already. Now he's got to Now he's got to prove it.
I've heard more about Saquon because he has that prove it deal than I have about McCaffrey, who's coming back from injuries.
And I think our defense puts up points too. That's why I'm saying like something like a 2-touchdown win.
Rookie quarterback week 1, bad situation.
Glenn, I get it. They don't talk about McCaffrey on Outer Banks. So, yeah, you're right. But people are talking about McCaffrey.
He looks
Could you imagine? Right. I started to say, you could put him and Darnold on Outer Banks right now.
Dude, you were running this. John Boy, what's his name? John
B.
John B was running like McCaffrey out there.
Would they be the bullies, or would they
they
be
would be-
Pogues, or
they
would
would
they
be-
be?
No, Darnold is a definite.
Yeah, he's the opposite. What's that?
He is the other one.
I got you.
It almost sounds like a slur. I can't remember what it's called.
I cannot
right now.
remember what it's called either.
Yeah.
Let me ask Macon right quick. What do they call the rich kids on Outer Banks? No, that's
the poor people.
The Pogues versus the. You're a sloth.
Kooks?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
that's why we.
That does sound slurry. I'm not sure we can say that on air.
Right.
We got to shut this down.
I have never seen so many people in the studio. Number one.
Yeah, usually nobody works on Fridays. other than
Everybody's
us.
matching, and where are
Reboot Friday, brah.
That's crazy.
That's what it is. I don't know what the hell to think about this game, Tony. Eagles at Falcons. Why are the Falcons a 3.5-point favorite against anybody?
Well, because they have some history of decent players on their team. They've had some success in the past. Matt Ryan, I think that would be it.
It's a short list, but you gave me a reason. Okay.
I'm going to pick the Eagles.
All right. Jalen Hurts. I don't know what to think about him right now. And I don't love what's around him right now. But I can't take the Falcons, so I am going to take the Eagles. This is more of a pick against the Falcons than it is for the Eagles. Chandler has selected the Falcons. So he's with the Dirty Birds. All right, Steelers at Bills. Tony, you were on the Bills 4 years too early.
Yeah.
Now you can proudly say, I knew the Bills would be good.
I just didn't know when.
When Josh Allen was in high school, you called it. The Bills are good. You're going Bills here.
I am,
assume.
because I'm down on the Steelers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Vikings at Bengals. This is a good dad game. We got a few good dad games this week.
This one's about as hard as the dang Eagles at Falcons.
Joe Burrow returning from injury. Now, his injury was more brutal than Dak's, right?
Dak's was that ankle. This one's the dreaded knee.
I think it was like an ACL, MCL, all the CL's family was Burrow's. So Vikings at Bengals. I'm going to say the Vikings defense is better than they were a year ago, and they beat the Bengals on the road.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Vikings. I think the Bengals, though, they weren't as that bad last year. I mean, I know they weren't good, but it looked decent at times.
They were a fun bad team.
Yeah.
Let's see what their
So I
record
don't
was
think
last
that
year.
they are going to go in there and just be rolled.
Oh, well, they picked 5th or 6th because they got Jamar Chase, which I think they should have got Sewell.
And what do you think about this Jamar Chase discussion about not being able to catch the football? Now it's about, he's saying it's hard to see.
I really think it's more, he admitted too, it's more about him being out an entire season. Like, he didn't play last year. And he said, I think he said something to the effect of, I hate to admit it, but it might have something to do with me sitting on my butt last year.
Wow.
Instead of playing. So, but he'll be fine, I think. But I still think they should have gone O-line to protect their, multi-million-dollar quarterback, and they still have T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. They have some guys to throw to.
And when are they ever going to learn their lesson?
Exactly.
I mean, they did this with John Ross that year where they fell into all of that
He
trap.
ran a fast 40.
Yeah. I'm taking the Vikings.
Chandler is also taking the Vikings. 49ers at Lions.
How are you going to pick the Lions in anything this year?
Not going to even really get into this one. They look like, if the Texans and Lions played, who would you pick?
Ooh. I might just pick the Texans.
Yeah, I
think of the Lions. They weren't atrocious. Well, yeah.
You like Tyrod Taylor or Jared Goff? Who would you rather have at quarterback?
Tyrod.
I would too. So I would probably pick the Texans.
There's got to be a good defensive player somewhere in Detroit. Maybe. I'm more interested in who the heck is starting at quarterback for the 49ers.
So,
have they announced Jimmy G as the starter? Is Trey Lance going to just come out the gate? I hope so.
Kyle Shanahan is treating game 1 of the regular season like he did the draft, where he kind of pulled a fast one on everybody and got Lance and kind of called everybody's bluff.
There's going to be some set where Jimmy G and Trey Lance are on the field at the same time. It's going to be something
could
wild.
Be the first play of the game.
They're going to wildcat out, or isn't that what they do when they trot the? What is the play where they trot the quarterback out the receiver?
Yeah, the Dolphins somewhat made it famous with Ronnie Brown running the wildcat back in the day with Tony Sperano as their coach. I think Jimmy G will start. And he should beat the Lions, but I think by October we'll see some Lance.
I think they said too that Kyle Shanahan said that they're going to have some Trey Lance packages. So even if Jimmy,
we might see him.
You might see him in some situational things where they're running the quarterback.
And I like that. Let's see what the kids got. All right, let's do one more and take a break. And I love this game, Tony. If I was not a Washington fan, if I was just picking a game in the 1:00 window to watch, it would be Cardinals at Titans. I think there should be a lot of points scored. You've got major star power on the offensive sides for both of these teams. I'm a little surprised Tennessee is only a 3-point favorite, and the line has stayed there. And I talked to Jeff Nadeau about this on Thursday. He said that if he could trust one team to get a stop when they needed it, he'd pick the Cardinals over the Titans. So maybe it has something to do with that. But I'm going to take Tennessee just because they're at home. I don't like the Cardinals traveling, and Cliff Kingsbury still hadn't proven to me he's a great NFL coach.
I think what's exciting about this game is, or maybe why the Titans aren't, you're just so confident in picking them right out the gate, is that the strength of the Cardinals is their offense and the weakness of the Titans is their defense. So it's like these teams are really kind of not mirror images, but they're both now. Who would have thought that the Titans ever were an offensive team? But
I know, especially with their head coach, Vrabel, and they were always, and they still have the biggest bruising running back in the NFL. But on the outside, they have 2 of the top 10 receivers in the NFL.
I'm going to do this for my boy Chad. I'm picking the Titans here, and I think the Titans' offense got better.
You just reminded me.
The offense got better, and the defense is worse.
You just remind
how
me.
can it really be worse?
But they have to be an offensive team out of necessity.
They got Julio.
I mean, they have the weapons, but I'm also
Who's better,
saying,
Julio or AJ Green? Julio.
What about AJ Brown?
AJ Brown.
better. Yeah,
that's the one that's Julio's
No, but
teammate.
AJ Green is on.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about for
they're
Arizona?
number 2. Basically, they're number 2 receivers.
Well, they have Rondell Moore, and I would.
You know, Rondell Moore's got his fantasy projection on my team is like higher than Ruggs.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Put
And
him
I feel like I'm committed at this point. I got the draft equity in Ruggs.
You pulled a Bengals and drafted Ruggs.
You drafted Ruggs really early.
I know. I needed receiver. I mean,
I get it.
It was
because of the keeper situation in that league. It gets tough.
It was.
It gets tough.
Especially okay.
We're not going to sweep that under the rugs, Tony.
Give me the Titans here, but I agree. This has the potential to be a great game, and I think it's because we want the Cardinals to be good. I almost am worried that we're willing them to be good, and like you said, we haven't seen it just yet.
I did that last year because I was singing the praises of Kyler Murray, and I still like him a lot. But they
say he's dialed in this year, making throws. Especially, I'm hearing guys, their running back, and I forget his name. He was on Jim Rome. I was listening to it a couple weeks ago.
Chase Evans, I heard that too.
And he was just talking about the kind of wow moments that he's seeing in camp from him.
I think it's kind of like when a new coach, though it's not a new situation down there, but you're bringing a new coach to a college, and then everybody buys into the system before seeing it produced.
Right.
And it reminds me more of a college situation than a pro situation because you really don't have that happen as much in the pros.
I don't know, though, if I agree with who's the betting guy you were just talking about?
Jeff They do.
Yeah, it's like, give me Derrick Henry. If you need him to get a first down, just bludgeon. I expect the Titans to bludgeon them with some Derrick Henry.
They get up by 7-10 points, and then they just put the hammer on.
Yeah, but the Cardinals can strike fast. I am going with the Titans. This is the second highest total of the week. 53.5 is the over-under, Tony. The highest total is Browns Chiefs. We'll pick that one and the rest of the games when we return on Pirate Radio Live. We're picking week 1. More to go after this.
Pirate Nation, your ECU football team is getting ready for another season, and they need you inside Downey-Picklen Stadium. Football season tickets are on sale now, and great seats are still available. Come out and watch your Pirates take on SEC opponent South Carolina, preseason top 10 Cincinnati, and many more. Season tickets start at just $99 and can be purchased online at ECUPirates.com or over the phone at 1-800-DIAL-ECU. Buy yours today, and let's bring back Rowdy Downey. Go Pirates!
You've worked hard to start your business and working even harder to make it successful. And that's why it's important to have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from Select Bank and Trust. And as the business world throws you curveballs, we're here to be responsive to your needs. Our team of local bankers can make local decisions and cares about you, the customer. Get the business services that are right for your business today with Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
On Saturdays, your team needs you, your sofa needs you, and you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays, unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch Program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Blue 42! Blue 42! Unlike football, life doesn't take a timeout, and anything can happen at any time. Unfortunately, anything isn't always a good thing. You need auto and life coverage, and agents. There for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You need North Carolina Farm Bureau insurance. Timeout? Not even in our vocabulary.
Pirate fans, call Carlton Venters or Brandon Manning at 756-3007.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. The choice is yours. Any of our 5G phones with no trade-in or hidden fees. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure you have the best comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us on Greenville Boulevard in the public shopping center right near the stadium. Be sure to run with us on Facebook and Instagram. Fleet Feet, we run for you. Go Pirates!
This is Holt Nailers. Join me and the other Pirate Radio athletes exclusively each Monday on PRL.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Vacation spots are right here in our very own backyard. Take a trip to a state park and enjoy traditional camping, RV space, and also air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi. If you're by a lake, be sure to check out the opportunities to rent a canoe or kayak and get out on the water. Your next adventure is right around the corner. For more information, please visit ncstateparks.gov. Let me try that website again. ncstateparks.gov. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live, my favorite segment during the football season, my favorite hour. We're picking games, and not all of these will be correct, and we're just picking straight up, and it proves how hard it is to pick games in the NFL. Each and every year we do this. Tony, we're going to go perfect this year, though.
Love it.
Seahawks at Colts.
You know, we are perfect right now.
We both picked the Bucks.
Yeah.
1-0. We should have stopped.
Retire. I'm picking the Seahawks, man.
I've kind of gone.
I'm not being baited into the Colts were good. They got a good defense, and the Seahawks are just terrible because their offensive line wasn't that great. The Seahawks are not bad.
I think this is going to go against what I've been thinking all week and pick the Colts here.
Okay.
Seahawks they can go out and lay an egg because physically Seahawks can't. Are Seahawks real birds, though? I think it's like a made-up bird.
Look at this
guy.
Chandler.
Just showed up to work. Come on in, Chandler.
You're the odd man out wearing blue, though.
Are Seahawks real birds? Let's Google that real quick. Chan Man, welcome, buddy. Oh, okay. So the osprey, or more specifically, the western osprey, also called a seahawk, riverhawk, fishhawk,
do lay eggs, but not on the football field. They don't.
So Chandler was on his way to do some Whiteville High School football, but they canceled the game, right?
Yes. And let me just say, if you're listening in Whiteville, let's make this decision a lot earlier than today, not 4 or 5 hours before kickoff. I'm sitting there visiting Grandma. I like to visit Grandma before I go to Whiteville and call the football game.
Good kid.
And my uncle is the color analyst for me, and he shoots me a text, and it's a screenshot of the Wolfpack Football Club posting on Facebook that the game had been canceled, not because of Whiteville, but because of the opponent, Rosewood, pausing activities within their football program. And so I'm sitting there like, wow. And I just decided to come on back.
What a pain in the aner.
240 miles driven today.
What a pain in the aner.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but hey, I was listening on the way here. Nobody has forgotten about Christian McCaffrey.
I agree.
Okay.
He was 44th on the top 100 on NFL Network.
Which I think is stupid. He's clearly in the top 10.
That is a forgotten man, boss.
It is not.
Ow!
It's a prove it year right now for Christian McCaffrey.
Top 3 running back being 44th.
Yeah.
He didn't play last year.
He's forgotten about.
It was top 100 for 2020, and he didn't play hardly at all.
He was protected last year.
I'm going to put up a poll.
Sure.
Do you remember Christian McCaffrey? No. Now that you mention it. All right. Chandler, we have been adding your picks, but now you can join us live. Who you got? Seahawks, Colts.
Seahawks, Colts. Where's that on the line?
Oh, he's giving us one.
Oh, I got the Seahawks.
Okay.
I got the Seahawks.
I'm going Colts. Chargers at football team.
That's a tough one,
The
man.
line has shifted. Washington is a 1-point favorite in this game. I'm going to believe in my guys week 1, and I'm going to take the football team. I think their defense is going to be even better this year. Another year, Jack Del Rio as coordinator. Chase Young in year 2 is going to be an absolute monster. Potential Defensive Player of the Year award coming his way. I got high hopes for this team right now, and I'm going to ride with my guys week 1.
I really wish I could see the Chargers play a little bit. You know, I just feel like all I'm basing any insight into their team is that Justin Herbert had a sensational rookie year.
You're a Herbert guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wish he was a Panther. But then also those weapons they got on the outside. Mike Williams being in a contract year, Keenan Allen being sensational. But I don't know much other. What's going on with they got a Bosa, right?
Yeah,
on
Joey.
defense? Yeah. At first, my first thought was to pick the Chargers here, but I might play it safe and go football
Nope,
team.
it's Joey.
I thought it was.
Sorry, Tony. I know you're talking. Chandler and I are trying to figure out name that Bosa.
Luckily, I didn't say any of the first name. I knew not to risk that one.
So you're taking who?
I'm going to take the football team.
All right,
Playing
Chandler.
it safe.
I made my picks yesterday thinking I wouldn't be on the show today. I went ahead and I'm going to stay with my pick. I got the Chargers. I'm really high on Justin Herbert and, thinking about Keenan Allen. I didn't think about the Chargers offensive line, not really sure how they are up front offensively, but now I'm starting to think about that defensive front for Washington, who really just causes havoc up front. So it's really going to all come down to that offensive line for, I almost said San Diego, for Los Angeles to protect Justin Herbert, to give him time to throw to those guys like Keenan Allen. And I'm going to stick with the Chargers. But yeah, that Washington defensive front is scary.
I tell you, the Washington football team, if they only had Cam Newton as their quarterback, could be a Super Bowl contender.
Gross.
Hashtag bring Cam home.
Yes. Tehran.
Jaguars at Texans. You won't hear this a lot, maybe at all. The Jaguars are road favorites.
Probably a lot, to be honest. I'm going to take the Jaguars.
I'm taking the Texans at home.
Really?
Who is the last rookie quarterback to win his first year in game 1 as a starter?
Deshaun Watson.
No.
Cam Newton.
Pick number 1 overall.
Nah, he lost.
He had a great game.
Lost to the Cardinals.
Lost to the Cardinals. You got to go all the way back to David Carr in 2002. Texans beat the Cowboys.
That's the first time a rookie quarterback won on the season opener?
It wasn't the first time.
No,
It's the last time.
Last time.
Yeah.
Is this the first stat you get to say and not say poor David Culley?
This is,
which is my favorite.
What's the opposite of poor? Rich David Culley. They're going to win on Sunday.
I'm going to go poor David Culley. I have Trevor Lawrence and DJ Shark. Just because I have DJ Shark on my fantasy team.
Tony's a Sharker.
You're a Sharker?
Way too high again. There's some really I got you could tell I was rattled in around pick whatever that was, 50 something.
Oh, speaking of fantasy,
I
Glenn,
took Chenault Jr. earlier that
I like both of those
Shark.
guys.
I know.
They're going to be throwing a lot late in games. I like those guys.
That's what I thought. I thought they would be a bad team throwing a lot in games.
Glenn, tell me and the listening audience what you told me about your fantasy team earlier this week.
Oh, so Yahoo has a projection system. Do you know who the projected league champion is?
Not me.
Tony Dunn.
The big dog.
Well, what do they have your record being?
12-2.
I need you to show me this inside. I did not get that email, and I'm glad I didn't.
You don't want to look at yours.
I think they would have just said, "Your team's."
I got an A in the draft. I mean, it just
Glenn's riding high right now, but so is everybody before week 1.
I'm down on my team.
I said the day after we finished drafting, I said I could have the top quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end.
That's all true.
Or they could all flame out. Like it could be very
You got
bad.
Josh Allen, who could be, he's top 3 already, but could be number 1.
Yeah.
Who's your running back? That could be 1.
CEH could be number 1.
That's a bit of a stretch.
If you're following the second year running back under Andy Reid concept.
Okay. Who's your receiver?
Hopkins.
Yeah, could be number 1. Who's your tight end?
But he's probably more of a top 3 if things pan out. Cop hits.
Oh, okay. Well, you got the.
Somebody's got to get those catches in Atlanta.
I started my fantasy off really good last night. About 30 minutes before kickoff, I decided to throw Ronald just to make it interesting. I threw Ronald Jones in there.
Interesting.
And because my opponent had Leonard Fournette, so I was like, I'm just going to throw him in there and it's going to get me.
Fumbled.
And he fumbled, and Tony, I don't think he saw the field after that fumble.
Really?
And then guess who my kicker is? Greg Zerline.
So am I playing?
He was terrible.
Oh, no, this is a different league. Thank you.
But he did redeem himself there late in the game. But even the field goals that he made squeaked in there. Then I thought he redeemed himself with a game-winning field goal. But there goes Tom Brady marching down the field, and Ryan Suckup wins the game for the Bucks.
The thing and I know the listeners probably don't care.
They don't care at all.
Team.
That's fine.
I'm playing for next year a little bit. Trey Lance as well as Terrace Marshall Jr. are kind of my thinking ahead.
I like the Terrace Marshall Jr. pick.
In this league, you have to prepare for the future. So if you won a championship last year, you got a grace period. If you're not going to win this year, at least
I'm not going to be fired.
You want to use your keeper picks and kind of the value you get there to set up for next year by picking guys that are a year away.
Yeah,
a few rounds early.
I agree.
All right, Browns and Chiefs. Love this game. Love the Browns this year. I don't have the cojones to pick them week 1 in Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has never lost a September game. I will take the Chiefs.
He doesn't lose in warm weather.
I'm with you. Is that I'm still. The Browns have got to prove it to me a little bit more. The Chiefs have proved it plenty.
I want to see a little bit more from the Browns defense, maybe.
I got news for you, Tony. The Ravens have lost everybody. You're down on the Steelers. Somebody's got to win that division.
Oh, well, I think the Browns are going to try to prove it to me this year, but I'm still not taking them over the Chiefs.
Is that the AFC's version of the NFC least? No, it's the AFC least. It's the Bills, Pats, Dolphins division.
Yeah.
That's the worst one.
Yeah. Yeah, it can't be the North. The North is a tough division, I think.
Yeah.
Chandler, who do you got in this game?
It took about 5 minutes for me to choose this winner. I'm going with the Chiefs, though. Patrick Mahomes not losing a football game in September is just an absolute stat to consider.
Dolphins at Patriots. Interesting game. I know who Tony's picking.
Yeah, I'm going with the Dolphins.
Yeah, you're mad at the Patriots.
Well, I'm not mad at the Patriots.
Yeah, you are.
I kind of like the Dolphins this year. A little bit.
A little bit.
I'm rooting for Tua to prove everybody wrong. I feel like they gave up on him before he even played.
I
think you got Tua and you got a bunch of frisbee catching dogs out there.
Hey,
wide receiver
Mark Packer.
Yeah,
he nice to say that one a lot.
Yep.
I like the Dolphins in this one on the road. Chandler.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Tua time.
Oh my God! Patriots defense is not going to be what it was last year, though.
They're going to be better.
Yeah. They're solid.
They spent the most money out of anybody in free agency, right? So they are not happy with what happened last year. Mac Jones making his debut. 2 Bama quarterbacks. Packers versus Saints. This game is in Jacksonville, and I'm going to take the Packers to win. I have a start-sit question. You guys can make your picks.
Packers.
Oh, okay, no thought there at all. I have a quarterback question. It is our league, but maybe I can ask Chandler since he's not in our league. Jalen Hurts at Atlanta, Baker Mayfield at Kansas City, or Jameis versus the Packers. Hurts, Mayfield, or Jameis?
I would go Hurts.
Okay.
Atlanta defense isn't that good.
Wow. Who would you go?
And then I also have Kansas City's defense, and I don't want them to get throttled. And then who was the other one? Baker Mayfield and Kansas City.
Jameis.
Look,
I kind of like.
Yeah,
I like rolling Jameis.
I do
week
too.
one, man.
Hurts could go throw 188 yards passing and rush one touchdown and they win. I don't know if I'm.
That's why I like.
I kind of like Baker.
I got three different answers.
Well,
That's
the
what
fact
makes it great.
Baker and Jameis, you think, are going to be trying
Right.
to come from behind, so they're going to be slinging the rock.
Jameis could be playing catch up. That's true.
Yeah, so I think
he's
you're
good
gonna be-
at it.
That's what I think.
At. He's. I've been here before, fellas.
The Browns.
Jameis is going to have a lot of 300-400-yard games where he loses.
What did Baker do in that playoff game last year? The Browns are going to try to take the air out of the ball with Chubb and Hunt and just run the football the entire time. All right, next game, Broncos at Giants.
I'm taking the Giants to win their opener. That's a bold prediction. But do we really believe that Denver is? Did last year show enough for them for all of a sudden to say that like they're just a couple pieces away?
Last year don't matter because they got Teddy Bridgewater now, brah.
It's true. Von Miller, I don't feel like we haven't seen him and Chubb together. Is Chubb even? Chubb just got arrested for something silly.
And the
For,
drop off
missing
with Von is going to come quick.
not paying his car taxes or something.
What?
Yeah,
Bradley. Tony, you do this a lot. You like to throw allegations at people. And
That did happen. Yes.
Thank you.
Something of that nature happened. I'm not sure.
The old failure to appear
for having just expired tags.
Operating a motor vehicle without a license that has been revoked or suspended. Close enough.
Keep reading. There was expired tags in there too.
Chubb, but he's playing. I saw a stat, Tony. Chubb and Miller have not played together except for like four games. That is nuts.
Man.
I kind of feel like week one you always have
and Daniel
two
Jones.
teams that aren't supposed to win and they win.
So who's that?
Like two really bad teams, and then they're never that team again.
Who's the bad team here? They're both
the Giants.
With the Giants are really bad.
That's why I'm picking them.
I still don't believe in Joe Judge and the Giants. I'm going Teddy Two Gloves, even though I still hate him from his off-season comments.
A little quick to judge, I think.
Very good. I think that Daniel Jones likes to give the ball to the defensive team, and with Miller and Chubb in his face, he'll gladly hand it over for some
Y'all think
turnovers.
Von Miller's just going to come back and be like the Von Miller he was?
I think Daniel Jones sucks.
I do agree with that,
I think
but I also
I think
believe in Saquon.
I think with rushers, the drop off is like running backs. It's quick.
Yep, I agree.
All right, Bears and Rams. I will take the Rams.
So will I.
And Chandler?
I'll go with your guy, Matt Stafford, and the Rams.
Ravens at Raiders. I'm going with the Monday night upset, if you want to call it that. I'm going to take the Raiders at home.
I can't do this.
What's the line on
I'm taking
this
the
one?
Ravens.
It is Ravens by 4.
Raiders.
You got the Raiders?
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Raiders at home in an opener.
Yeah.
I like it. I like
on
it.
like a night game. It feels like this happens.
Las Vegas is going to be jumping.
So you mean there's a week
the
or
Al
two
Davis
where a
special.
bad team wins?
Yeah, this is it. This
No,
happens.
it just always happens in week one. I feel like there's it's never chalk, but week one is prone to weird things happening because of the news.
There's a lot of 2-0 teams that go on to be very bad.
Have 4 wins.
Yeah.
All right, Tony. Post game coming up for you guys Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, post game, I would love for you to be a part of the C3 community. It's just a bunch of fans hanging out, talking about Panther news and opinions. Also, go check out either our YouTube channel or download the C3 Panthers podcast. We had Joe Person with The Athletic for a little New York Jets preview and kind of see where the Panthers are at after training camp. So, a lot of cool insight there.
I have
Good
one
deal.
question
Let's hear it.
before you do the outro there. How long is the hair now?
Oh, like wet?
Like if you let it out, I mean, people
Yeah.
on TV
Wet or dry?
Past this, it's like resting on a little below the shoulder.
how long are we gonna let it get?
Don't know. I
Is
don't
this like
know.
a Locks of Love thing? or is
There's
that
a
what we're doing?
route. I just don't know which route I'm taking.
I
How
like
many
it.
compliments did you get in Cancun?
A lot.
Oh, did you let it fly in King?
Oh man, yeah,
I like it.
Look at that gringo's hair.
He's one of us.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Tony. Enjoyed it, man. We'll see you next week. We will take a time out, come back. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live on the way. Got our Free Beer Friday giveaway. We got Busch Light Apple and Bud Light up for grabs today. We'll make you a winner later on this hour. Back with more after this.
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at carolinaqualityair.com. Your power's out. There's a water leak. What do you do? For these and other utility-related emergencies, you need service, and you want it fast. There are 2 things you can do to get the quickest response if you're a GUC customer. First, you can call the hotline at 1-855-767-2482 and report any utility-related emergency. That number is also on GUC.com. Or second, you can give GUC your phone number. The hotline process is quickest when their account records have your current phone number. Service you can count on. Greenville Utilities.
Hello, this is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now's the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage at historically low rates. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
UBE is excited to offer the Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgating supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town and is your one-stop shop for all things ECU. Daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, Under Armour, and a fresh new ladies selection. And the young Pirates can plunder in the Crow's Nest, which is the only kid store dedicated to ECU in the nation. Plenty of free parking, and you can visit online at pirateware.com. They're geared up and ready to see you for football this season. Go Pirates!
Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram between Greenville and Washington has a great selection of pre-owned inventory, and they're stocking more used cars, trucks, and SUVs every day. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has everything from coupes, convertibles, small and large SUVs, diesel and gas heavy-duty trucks. And hey, they'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from them. Go to WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com to browse the new and used inventory, and go check out their service department. They're your local dealer for custom lift kits, wheels, tires, and accessories on all makes and models. And Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is your certified rough country dealer and can uplift your next vehicle with one of several Washington off-road packages. A great selection of pre-owned vehicles starting at just $5,000, a top-notch service department, and a beautiful facility makes the drive to Washington totally worth it. Remember, you don't have to buy a car from them. They'll buy your car right now. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram between Greenville and Washington. Drive a little, save a lot.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor, or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful, and that's why it's important to have a bank in your corner when you need them. As the business world throws you curveballs, Select Bank and Trust is here to be responsive to your needs. Select Bank's teams of local bankers can make local decisions and cares about you, the customer. Get the business services that are right for your business today with Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right, welcome back into Pirate Radio Live here in hour number 3. Coming up later on this hour, we'll talk to Ariel Epstein, the prop queen, and get some plays for football this weekend, maybe some Major League Baseball plays tonight as well. Looking forward to week 1 of the NFL. We got a lot to talk about with Morgan Ehlers, who joins us inside the Pirate Radio studios. Hello, Morgan.
Hello, Clip.
Where to begin? Let's start with the high school. You're the host of the high school huddle coming up at 6, Morgan, and good grief, that's turned into something that's tough to keep up with. Who's playing, who's not playing? So what do we have on tap for tonight?
Well, we've got a couple of games have been canceled. One due to COVID, one due to some personal issues from the Washington Pan Pack. We'll talk about that tragedy over there. A lot of prayers going out to the Pan Pack family. You know, it's funny because I was talking to Bailey earlier this week, with Touchdown Friday, and who's playing, who's not playing. Okay, they found out Tuesday they're not playing, but we called somebody and we're going to play, but now we're not going to play. And there's a lot of that, and you feel for the coaches, you feel for the players, because it's just the crazy times we live in. But we do have a good show coming up at 6 o'clock tonight. Of course, we got the Conley Northern Nash will be our Pirate Radio Game of the Week. That'll be on at 7 o'clock tonight.
DH Conley looking for their first win of 2021. Hopefully they can get that tonight. Morgan, what do you know about Northern Nash?
Not a lot. Not a whole lot, to be real honest with you. I know that they.
Is it a winnable game for Conley?
I think it's a very winnable game for Conley. I think that last week their game got canceled with Cleveland High School.
They were going to win that one, Morgan.
Okay, and now Cleveland's really good.
I know.
I talked with Coach 2. South Central actually plays them tonight, and I talked with him earlier in the week, and they're just saying they're just really a powerhouse, and they've got to play perfect to win. And we'll preview that coming up here at 6 o'clock as well.
Conley's ran into them at least once in the postseason. I know, Morgan, and they're a bear for sure. All right, so high school huddle coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. Our Bud Light pregame tailgate begins Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Morgan Ehlers will be at Dowdy Ficklin Stadium with his booming voice back on the mic, and be great to welcome some fans into Dowdy Ficklin Stadium.
Yeah, excited about that. That's they're expecting 40,000 plus to be there. It's going to be a beautiful day for football tomorrow. They're talking about 81, 82 for a high north breeze. So not humid, not like it was 7-8 years ago when it was 122 and there was no water in the stadium.
Oh yeah,
so it's going to be a great day for football, and hopefully the Pirates can put it all together and bounce back after last week and play South Carolina tough and pull out a win.
I got them bouncing back. I don't know if it's irrational, but I look back to use one example, the year they opened the season, lost to North Carolina A&T, and then the following week they beat North Carolina by 25-30 points. I think we could see something similar this week where they bounce back from a week 1 performance where we saw some good, maybe more bad than good, but they come back and South Carolina, I've talked to Corey Miller, South Carolina great, and also Tommy Suggs on their radio network, and they couldn't say enough about how bad Eastern Illinois is, Morgan. So I don't think we know exactly what South Carolina has in 2021.
I watched some of that game last week. I was flipping it back and forth between the Clemson-Georgia game when they would take a break. I would flip it over, and it was like South Carolina, their offensive line was playing, I'm going to say, like a 1A school.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing against, was it Southwestern?
Eastern Illinois.
It was one of the Illinois. Nothing against them, but they just don't have the tools physically to compete with something like that. I think the Pirates will bounce back. I like,
last week there were mistakes made, but it wasn't just a glaring. There were a lot of mistakes in different positions, one or two. I think Coach Houston addressed that earlier in the week. Hopefully the Pirates will put it together this week. I understand they've had a good week of practice. Coach Houston's very intense this week, and he knows now is the time. I think the players know they've got to start putting this together if they want to have a shot at hitting a bowl game like they want to.
Yeah, I mean, schedule with Marshall coming up next, and you think you can get a win against Charleston Southern, but then Tulane, who gave Oklahoma all they could handle, then Central Florida. I mean, it's a tough schedule. You got to get a win somewhere. Why not start on Saturday? One positive from last Thursday, Morgan, is getting the running backs involved in the passing game. Now, that was great. I don't want to see Snead and C.J. Johnson have 4 catches apiece and not a lot of yards, but getting those running backs involved out of the backfield, something that I've been calling for, and hopefully we see it a lot this year.
I hope so. I mean, both the Raji and Keaton can catch the ball out of the backfield and gives them that added weapon that they can't just jam the line and try to stop them and box them in the backfield. They've got to respect that little swing pass, and Keaton gets it. My goodness, he was the fastest man in college football last weekend.
He was scooting down those sidelines on that touchdown. And Morgan, we talked to Holton Ahlers on Monday, and I asked all the players this, but especially Holton, because he had a long run called back due to a hold. He said he looked at the film, and they're still kind of looking for that holding call. Had the Hail Mary overturned. He had another touchdown called back. So Pirates left some points on the field, but they say football is like life, right? It's about getting over it and moving on, and that's something this team has to do from week 1 to week 2. A lot of adversity last week.
They do, and I expect our defense to play better.
I hope so. I was a little disappointed in that.
I was my surprise with that was the tackling on some of it, but you got to give a lot of credit to Appalachian State. They did a good job blocking and sealing some of these lanes off where these guys got in there and got some holes. And I think that they always say the most progress is between games 1 and games 2, and hopefully South Carolina doesn't progress, but we do.
Yeah, I'm sugarcoated much, but I did go glass half full on the tackling, Morgan. I hope that's like a week 1 issue, right? Like
I think it could be.
It gets better as
it was not. It's not funny. You go back and watch the game, but there were several plays that they had long runs, and it was like we were getting ready to make the tackle, and our guys going in there, and all of a sudden, one of our other guys going in to make a tackle, it sort of knocks the other guy out of the way, and you get 5 or 6 more yards onto it. And that happened several times. I think being aggressive is the way to go, and hopefully Coach Harrell's defense will do that tomorrow.
Looking forward to a full slate of Saturday football. We will be with you 8 a.m. on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, and not a lot of headliners coming up, Morgan, on Saturday night. NC State, Mississippi State is a pretty interesting game, and I want to see what App State does down in Miami as an encore. Those are coming up tomorrow night.
You don't know what you're going to get with Miami. They were a top 25 team going into the season. Then they open up in Alabama. Alabama could beat half the NFL teams right now. I'm telling you, they're good. I'm going to tell you the game I'm looking forward to down the road is Georgia and Alabama. Which
Georgia would be in the SEC championship.
And they've got, that was it, the 6'6", 380-pound guy that has like a 96-inch vertical jump. I mean, that
to do what they did against Clemson was amazing. And Clemson didn't give them an offensive touchdown either. That was an old-fashioned defensive struggle there. All right, NFL, Morgan, we said before we went on, how about that game last night? What a way to open the NFL season. And it was a little too scripted. If they're going to, rig the game, they shouldn't make it that obvious. But Cowboys score late. Tom Brady gets the ball, drives down the field, Bucks win.
With Tom Brady, I'll be honest with you. When he was with New England, I knew he's a good quarterback. I knew he's a great quarterback. He's won many Super Bowls. But I was not a Tom Brady fan. He left, went down to Tampa. They put it all together. Yeah, they had some free agent signings, but they did it. And he got everybody to come back this year. So I was going like, okay, what does Dallas have? They've got a pretty good defense. You don't know what you have with Dak because he hasn't played all preseason. He comes back, looks pretty good. And
Dak looks also. Their offense is great. I don't know if they can get any stops.
Amari Cooper. Who has Amari Cooper on his fantasy team?
Oh,
this guy.
Here we go.
I was like, I'm just pulling for him. Catch the ball, 19.
Well, he caught a bunch of them.
I think he had like 38 fantasy points last night.
He had a big one.
I was like, yeah. But I had -1 on Tampa Bay's defense.
There you go. The life of fantasy football. Week 1 coming up. Panthers, Jets, the football team of Washington taking on the Chargers. That should be a good one, Morgan.
Was that like a half-point game?
The Washington's now a 1-point favorite. It's kind of flipped from Chargers by 1 to Washington by 1. That'll be a good one. And, man, I can't wait. I love a full day of NFL Sunday.
I'm actually pulling for the Redskins. Again, we've talked about it. I'm a Ron Rivera fan. I think he did a great job here in Carolina.
You like watching good defense?
Yes,
well,
I do.
You should be.
I do, and
erratic quarterback play.
Yeah, I do.
All right,
but the Chargers. Who knows what they've got? You just never know. They can play good one week and bad the next. But there are some good games this week. I like the Sam Darnold Bowl.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty
cool. The Sam Darnold revenge game, week 1.
I think Carolina wins that one pretty handily.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn on that one, but
I think Darnold's got something to prove that he wasn't the bad quarterback that he was with the Jets. They were just a bad team.
Yeah.
And
bad coach, Adam Gase.
Yeah,
so.
pretty much.
All right, Morgan Ayler's joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios. Got the high school huddle coming up at 6 o'clock, and we'll hear Morgan welcoming us to Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium on Saturday. Looking forward to it, Morgan.
I'm excited. I'm really excited to have that place rocking again. And if you haven't got tickets, there are still tickets available, but get them because it's going to be a lot of fun.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you at 6.
See you then.
Morgan Ayler's joining us on Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a timeout, come back, more to go in hour number 3. We're back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2021 Buick Encore GX. Save over $3,000 or 0% financing for 72 months. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty on all new and pre-owned vehicles.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
At US Cellular, we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. The choice is yours. Any of our 5G phones with no trade-in or hidden fees. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
This is John Gavigan with the Gavigan Agency. Our top priority is doing what is best for our members. Whether you are buying a new vehicle, a new home, protecting your family with life insurance, or filing a claim, our agency will be there every step of the way. Our goal is to become a trusted advisor for you and your family for all of your personal and commercial insurance needs. Give us a call in Greenville at 756-1400 for a car, home, business, or life insurance quote today, and give us the opportunity to show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
Hey, this is Troy D, proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
Pirate Radio.
It's going to change. I promise you. As I stand here, it will change. Okay, and when it does, that stadium, it's going to be rocking, and heaven help whoever walks in there to play us.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Got damage? Damage from wood rot, fixed. Damage from smoke or fire, fixed. Damage caused by water, fixed. If you've got damage, use a contractor that works for you and not your insurance company. Visit fixednc.com today or call 999-0001. That's 3 9s, 3 zeros, and a 1. Fixed NC, restore, renew, maintain. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here, hour number 3 on this Football Friday, this Free Beer Friday edition. Coming up at the end of this very segment, we will give away a 15-pack of 16-ounce aluminum bottles, Bud Light, and also a 12-pack of Busch Light Apple. That, a Domino's Pizza, and more can be yours if you are the lucky caller here at the end of this segment. But right now, we'll head out to the Fixed NC Live line, get you ready for the football weekend, and maybe mix in some baseball talk as well. Ariel Epstein, the prop queen, joins us once again on Pirate Radio Live. Ariel, wanted to get you on before week 1 of the football season, so great to talk with you again. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm so excited here on this Football Friday. Granted, I know you're a Washington football fan. However, as a Baltimore Ravens fan, it's been a really tough 24 hours for me. I'm hoping to just make some good money this weekend in betting. That's what betting's all about. You don't have to be a fan of just your team. You can root for a lot of different things.
I was not going to ask you if you have any Ravens rushing props for us. I guess maybe Lamar Jackson would be about the last man standing. It's been a rough off season and a rough week, Ariel.
It's been a really, really rough week for the Ravens, actually, but hopefully things turn around and hopefully the passing game can improve for the Ravens this year.
Ariel, let's you gave us 2 baseball winners, so I'll see if you got any baseball for us at the end of this segment. But you started the NFL season off right last night, and I have said this off season, unfortunately, my breakout guy is CeeDee Lamb. So I was, going to put my money where my mouth was, and I went over the yards, and good grief, he had 3 or 4 drops, or looked like he ran a couple of wrong routes. He could have had a monster game last night, but ended up going well over his 63.5 number. You had him longest catch, which was quite hilarious, right, Ariel? Because what was the number? And then he had 2 catches a half yard short of that number before he finally hit it, right?
He had 2 catches for 22 yards, and the longest reception prop for Lamb was 22.5 yards. It was so frustrating to watch those first 2 catches fall by the hook. Luckily, the fourth quarter, one of the last plays of the game for the Cowboys offensively, he ends up going over the number for the longest reception prop of 22.5. He has now gone over that number, by the way, in every game that Dak Prescott has been his quarterback.
All right, keep that one in mind for Dallas's Week 2 game. Ariel, let's talk player props. You're the prop queen. So are these available? Sometimes these lines come out closer to kickoff when you talk about individual player props. Where do you find these at, Ariel?
You do find them on FanDuel Sportsbook, places like a DraftKings, BetMGM. All these different places will have the player props. The ones I'm giving out aren't out yet. The numbers aren't out. They will be by Sunday. A lot of the times, especially week 1, the books are just so hesitant to put stuff out so early because any odds maker will tell you, and I spoke to the director of FanDuel Sportsbook, their odds maker, John Sheeran, today, He told me that week 1 is really the toughest for them. It's going to be their most inaccurate numbers of the season, solely because they haven't seen the teams yet, just like we haven't. The numbers aren't out, but there are a couple of props that I'm keeping a really close eye on this weekend.
All right, I think sports gambling will be coming to North Carolina at some point soon, so people will be able to do this readily whenever they'd like to. But even if you can't, even if you don't bet, we have a lot of fantasy football folks tuned in, so this will help them out this week. You can play the daily fantasy, of course, and also your season-long league. So, Ariel, let's run over some players that you like. Do you have... Can I go QB, running back, receiver, or are they all? Do you have one of each position you can give us?
Right now, I just have a receiver and a running back that I'm targeting.
Okay.
The numbers for a lot of the quarterbacks are going to play a huge factor, whereas for the running back and receiver, I have a pretty good gist as to where the number could be, and pretty much there may not be a number high enough. For example, the wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings, Justin Jefferson, your number 2 for Jefferson. Last year, he was more of the yardage player, whereas Adam Thielen was the end zone guy. For Jefferson this year, I'm looking at his longest receptions prop the same way I did for CeeDee Lamb. He's up against the Cincinnati Bengals, who were one of the worst defenses against the pass last season. They didn't really add much to their secondary either. Cincinnati actually allowed a 30-yard reception, or 30 yards or more, in all but one game last year. Jefferson averaged 31 yards per longest reception last year. His longest receptions have gone over 30 yards in 7 games and over 25 yards in 10 games last season. You give me that 20 to 25 range, similar to what CeeDee Lamb was for week 1 against the Bengals. I'm going with the over for Justin Jefferson.
Love the research and data, and Ariel knows her stuff, and is looking at Justin Jefferson to have at least one big play coming up on Sunday in their game against Cincinnati. What running back are you looking at?
I absolutely love the Jaguars running back, James Robinson's over rushing plus receiving yards. The reason we combine the two is because he was really good at hitting both last year. He's your guy up the middle, but also can catch balls out of the backfield. Now that the Jaguars lost their rookie running back, Travis Etienne, to a season-ending injury, you look at what happened in college at Clemson. Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback of the Jaguars, and the running back, Travis Etienne, were supposed to be reunited at the NFL level this year in Jacksonville. Not the case. However, James Robinson, very similar to Travis Etienne, if not even better of a running back. Robinson was great for the over on rushing and receiving yards last season. Plus, he's up against the Texans, who was the worst defense against the run last season. That's why I like his over for rushing plus receiving this upcoming game, thinking that a rookie quarterback will likely use his running back to figure out the speed of the defense, and use him as a crutch.
Ariel Epstein joining us. Ariel, I don't know the number. I'm going to go blind. Corey Davis receptions over, and a lot of it is because, well, it's 2 reasons. Jamison Crowder is out, but also Corey Davis, 4 catches for 70 yards in the Jets Week 2 preseason game, catching balls from Zach Wilson. And if a young quarterback finds his guy, he's going to keep going to him. I think he gets force-fed the ball on Sunday, and I don't love the other options, really, that the Jets have. So that's one I'm looking at, and I don't even know the number yet. It might be all the way up to 8, 7.5, whatever. I just feel like that's one I'm going to be looking at on Sunday.
I do like it. In fact, after that game that you're mentioning about how good Wilson and Davis look together, it was something that was in the back of my mind, too. To start targeting some Corey Davis, I'm going to look at FanDuel right now. His total receptions is not posted yet, so we'll have to keep an eye on FanDuel. They only have some Carolina Panthers wide receivers and running backs listed. However, I like the take. I also, just in that game, I might be leaning Carolina just on the spread for the -5.5. I'm looking at the Sam Darnold revenge factor, and actually it's now -3.5 on FanDuel.
Yeah, it's gone down. Yeah,
it's gone down. It's gone in favor of the Jets, and the Jets could be maybe a trendy dog because people like their rookie quarterback, Zach Wilson, getting all this hype. There's still something to be said about a revenge game, and a veteran at quarterback is someone I'd rather back in a opener than looking to a rookie.
I doubt it gets to 3. If it does, I really love Carolina in that situation. It probably goes back up to 4, I would think, by kickoff, but we shall see on that one. I was going to ask you if you do any spreads or if you're all props. While you're here, you mentioned the Panthers. That's the local team around here. How about my football team against the Chargers? That line has shifted a bit, went from Chargers -1 to Washington -1. Any thoughts on that one, Ariel?
I loved it when Washington was a dog in that. I actually wasn't surprised at all to see that line flip from the Chargers being road favorites to Washington rightfully being favored. I do like the addition of Ryan Fitzpatrick. You're talking about a team that last year, if they had a passing quarterback, could have had a better record. Not sure they would have made it any further than they did in the playoffs. I do believe that Washington would have had a better record in that terrible division if they had a better passing quarterback. I also, the way that a lot of the sharp bettors who I know who have been approaching that game, they've been saying if it gets to a 1.5 on either side, like it is right now, you take the plus 1.5, whoever it is, whether it flips back to Washington, whether it's the Chargers like it is now, whoever's plus 1.5, put it in a teaser. You get the 6-point teaser, you get it through a touchdown, which is the key number of 7. This way, it's just one of those smart ways of betting a teaser is getting it through the key numbers of 3, 6, and 7. That game between Washington and the Chargers are the two. That is the one game that the sharps continue to tell me is the perfect teaser situation.
There you go. Ariel Epstein joining us at Ariel Epstein on Twitter. Ariel, you have the uncanny ability to hit these pitcher props in Major League Baseball. You gave us 2 plays last time you were on, nailed them both. Do you have anything lined up for if people don't want to wait for Saturday or Sunday for football? You got any baseball for us on this Friday evening?
The only strikeout prop that I'd even consider today is the Blue Jays starter Robbie Ray over 8.5 strikeouts against the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles do have the 6th highest strikeout rate in baseball in the last 30 days. However, that's not my favorite play of this game. I really like the under, and in fact, it has already dropped in my favor. I grabbed it out of 10 this morning. It's now dropped down to 9. The reason I like this under is because with the addition of Robbie Ray, I mean, of course, he is the second shortest odds right now to win the American League Cy Young. I don't see the Orioles scoring a lot of runs off him. That said, you look to the starter, Chris Ellis of the Orioles, he's really thrown a really good ball recently. Looking at his last 2 starts, he allowed 1 run to the Toronto Blue Jays, and he shut out the New York Yankees in his last 2 starts. The Orioles may be the best home park for overs. Camden Yards has the second most overs in baseball. However, when you look at the Blue Jays, their first road game of a series, so their first game of a series that's on the road, the Jays in the second half of the season are averaging 3.5 runs per game. That just tells you sometimes the offense doesn't get those stats flying in that first game after a road trip. I think it's important to take note of what these teams do in the first and last game of road trips. For the Jays, averaging that little amount of runs in a first game of a series on the road, I look at that and I say, you know what? Tomorrow, if you want to bet a really good bet, you take the Blue Jays over the team total against Keegan Aiken tomorrow. Today is the under day for the Blue Jays and the Orioles.
I like it. I like your thinking and so many stats, so little time, Ariel. That was fantastic. Ariel, we'll let you go. You're doing so many things. Tell folks, of course, I just say follow you on Twitter, but you're doing a ton of stuff, right?
Follow me on Twitter at Ariel Epstein, Instagram also at Ari Epps, trying to boost that Instagram following too. Otherwise, I'm all over social media, always giving out plays, and we'll definitely have a lot of props to give out on Sunday and some plays for the NFL.
Ariel, a lot of fun. Great catching up with you. We'll try to do it again later on this football season.
Thanks as always, Cliff, and don't tell me if you tell my picks till after they win.
All right. Yeah, you got it. There's Ariel Epstein joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Gave us a couple winners last time, and now going with the Orioles Blue Jays under, which you can hear that game right here. Just kidding. We have Conley football tonight. Yeah.
I was going to say, normally we would have that game.
We're going to take the over in the Conley game. I forgot to ask her about high school football.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm still waiting on somebody to have some.
At least they're having a football game.
Sorry, Wattville.
He's still mad about it.
Sorry, Chandler. When sports betting becomes legal in North Carolina, I'm going to set the lines for local area high school football.
I'm down. And have like a betting segment on Rose. We got Rose and Conley this week. The total is 55.5.
We'll bring in the quarterback's dad and the running back's uncle, and they can argue about it. I think that'd be a lot of fun. All right, let's take a break. As we do, let's make somebody a winner on Free Beer Friday.
Booty, booty,
everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere. All right, we got a good one here.
The lines are already hot.
Call the doc, because we got a good one.
Was that supposed to be funny?
No, Mike, it wasn't. 317-1250. Shirley, what caller?
Number 12.
You will win a 15-pack of 16-ounce Bud Light aluminum bottles, a 12-pack of limited edition Busch Light Apple, Bud Light shirt, koozies, and a large two-tapping pizza from Domino's. A large
get the door. It's Domino's.
Large two-topping pizza from Domino's. 317-1250. Caller 12 is a winner. We're back with more after this.
Secret is out. CD's Grill has the best breakfast in Greenville. Start your day with a made-to-order breakfast Monday through Saturday at CD's Grill. Plus, you can enjoy lunch Monday through Friday. And their lunch specials are always a huge hit. Monday, it's barbecue chicken. Tuesday, pork tenderloin and gravy. Wednesday, chicken and pastry. Thursday, barbecue pork chops. And Friday, it's spaghetti. CD's Grill on Fire Tower Road in Winterville, near Evans Street. Stop by CD's Grill for the best country cooking around.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer. Available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
Are you ready, Pirate fans? Freeboot Friday is back. Uptown Greenville invites you to Freeboot Friday, the official pep rally of home ECU football games. Join fans for live music, food, beer and wine, children's activities, and more. Brought to you by Wells Fargo, the Freeboot Fun takes place from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. each Friday before ECU home football games in the 5 Points Plaza. Visit uptowngreenville.com for more information. And as always, go Pirates!
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulp of Mexico, a huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville, and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half-gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Sawyer's Fun Park is now open in Greenville. This state-of-the-art 40,000 square foot facility features a 2-story LED interactive laser tag, a one-of-a-kind 2-story ninja course, a ropes course with a 180-degree zip line, and it's only one of 5 in the country that are indoors. Multiple climbing walls, a super cool arcade with 40-plus games, and a brand-new full-service cafe and bar for adults. Visit the brand-new Sawyer's Fun Park, now open, located right behind ARU on Corey Road, Greenville.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York-style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal, or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs, plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites, like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
This is ECU Assistant Football Coach Roy Tesh, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. And congratulations to Michael Hughes of Winterville. Picked up our free beer on a Free Beer Friday. And now as we head back into PRL, here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, saw a couple of things during the break. First of all, Mike Golick is working with another network now. He's going to be on NBC Sports, joining Mike Florio's Pro Football Talk Show every Monday to recap the games.
Watching the game last night, I realized how much there was new faces for NBC. Drew Brees was on the pregame show.
A lot of people were talking about his hair. I didn't see it. I didn't watch any of the pregame.
I didn't recognize anything either. Apparently,
he has somebody mentioned that
he had artificial
turf going on.
But also, Maria Taylor is on ESPN or NBC.
Formerly of ESPN.
Yes.
So Mike Golick joining the NBC family as well. And also, I've never heard of this guy. I'm not big on college basketball recruiting. And
you're not big on Stephen Igo?
He's not really. Not a big Igo guy. Duke freshman Paulo Banchero. Apparently he's potentially a number 1 overall pick for the 2022 draft.
Really?
But he has signed a really cool NIL deal. He is going to be he'll have his own character on NBA 2K22.
So that's part of the NIL deal.
He'll also create additional 2K content over the course of the upcoming season.
Huh.
And I saw.
I'm just putting it out there. If Adidas wants me to do an NIL, I am more than happy to sign on the dotted line.
You got some nice Adidas on there.
Dude, I'm all about the 3-stripe life. I always have been.
So this is I saw an article about it, so this kid is now going to be in the video game, and this article is about, hey, give us back our college video games. Now the NIL stuff is going on, so that's what the basis of the article is on. But you're going to have one college player in the NBA video game. Hopefully this is a path towards college football coming back on your PlayStations, your Xboxes, your whatevers. Anyway, saw that. Thought it was interesting. Shirley Rhodes, let's hear from ECU defensive coordinator Blake Harrell as he talked to the media earlier this week about the Pirates and the challenges that South Carolina presents.
The day-to-day of the South Carolina situation, I'm sure you're expecting this, but the quarterback, do you just prepare for both guys and focus in on one? How do you kind of handle maybe the uncertainty there?
Yeah, Ronnie, I appreciate you going first, change things up, and, a little superstitious at times, and I think you've catching on to that, so appreciate you switching up. But, yeah, I think every week you always prepare for any possible situations, and that's whether you play in South Carolina or whoever your opponent may be. You're going to prepare for all quarterbacks on the roster, wildcat quarterbacks, reverse pass guys, and talk about all the situations. And they got very capable quarterbacks of winning ball games on their roster. Luke Doty, Zeb Nolan. I've known Zeb for a long time, since he was a kid. When I coached high school ball in the mountains, his dad was a high school coach, and Zeb was running around the field. So I've known him since the early 2000s there. I guess he was just a toddler, and watched his career for a long time. So know about Zeb and preparing for him, preparing for Luke. And then also to carry on is a really good quarterback. He's won SEC games, a starting quarterback in that conference, and does a good job and a really good player. And, when I was in Charleston area, he was at Fort Dorchester, and he was probably the best player in the state at the time, and was a really good high school quarterback. So we got our hands full, regardless of who it is. I think offensive scheme, they'll be somewhat similar, but each one has their own personality, just as our offense would be if we had a different quarterback in the ball game. So, all of them are very good players. Got work cut out, and got to do a good job with all of them. Whoever appears even if it was, the freshman from Georgia or the transfer from St. Francis. Both those guys are really good players too.
Their running game is nothing to sneeze at. They look like they looked pretty good last week. Of course, it's hard to tell. But without giving away the plan, what's overall in general plan to try to stop that running game?
Yeah, the running game is really, really good. I mean, Kevin Harris didn't play last week. We all know that. But he led the SEC in rushing last year. And, last time we checked, that's a pretty good league. That's pretty good. Defenders in that league that pride themselves on stopping the run, and he had about 1,100 yards last year on him. So that's definitely got work cut out there. The freshman, number 1, really talented player, very, very gifted. Number 11, the senior, very gifted. Both those guys. 21 is another freshman who's a true freshman there, does a really good job. So a big lineman up front. We're going to have to come downhill and do a great job tackling. And that's something that we got to continue to focus on every day, get better at every day, and getting downhill, triggering. And I think last week we were playing just, a little bit lateral, and we got to get downhill and play fast and don't second guess ourselves. And that's where we got to go and know exactly what's, to be expected there. And if we make a mistake going downhill 100 miles an hour, make a mistake. If we go take a shot, take a shot. But at least hopefully we can make the running back stop his feet and give our teammates time to get there. So that's been our big focus this week. I obviously have all the respect for their run game, and Coach Atkins, the job he does up front, and Coach Satterfield, the job he does that offense. But you got some gifted tailbacks back there that probably play on Sundays, and we got to do a good job getting 11 hats to the ball and doing a good job of just, pulling the trigger and getting downhill.
ECU defensive coordinator Blake Harrell from earlier this week. Let's hear more from Blake, his Q&A with the media following ECU practice.
You guys playing some new people on the edge with the Eggs and Jeremy. How do you think they did in kind of their first real action?
I think for them it's it's first ball game at a new position, and sometimes it can come at you a little bit faster than it does in practice. And to them it was a little bit, hey, catch them on their heels a little bit, and I think they showed some flashes. They got a chance to be really special out there, both of them. I think they can be difference makers, and you see flashes of that. And we just got to get them going, get them rolling a little bit, and I think they're going to be fine. And the big thing for both of those guys is they can be really special in the pass rush game. Well, we got to help ourselves out and get them to 3rd and long. I think we did that, once last week, twice maybe, and let them off the hook there. But if we can get them in 3rd and long, then those guys can really be difference makers. But if we're playing, 1st and 10, 2nd and 5, 3rd and short, it's hard for those guys to show up because they're just trying to maintain their gaps at that point. But if we can get them in 3rd and long situations, and we have a chance to kind of specialize those guys and let them be creative and let them use their athleticism. At the same time, offenses don't want to be in 3rd and long. They're whether it's App State, whether it's South Carolina, they're very methodic about moving the sticks, make sure they keep the quarterbacks out of trouble, don't put them in bad situations, throwing the quick game, taking the easy throws out wide, running the ball, getting 3 or 4 yards on it, and put them in short yardage situations. So we got to do a better job about, stuffing it up in there, creating negative plays, and put them in 3rd and long so we can see Jeremy Lewis and Xavier Smith and those type of guys, Rick come off the edge and try to do something back there with the quarterback.
Coach, kind of along the same lines, but on the back end of the defense, how would you grade out DJ Ford's first week, and is he going to play this week?
Yeah, DJ, for him too, I think it's a first game for him in 2 years. Hadn't played since 2019, so getting back out there and getting back in the stadium, and part of that too for all of our guys is being the first time in the crowd, and so that was new. But DJ did some good things. I don't think you've seen DJ's best ball. It's still ahead of him, and he's still got to bring that out this week and bring it into South Carolina. And we're looking for big things out of him. We need big things out of DJ. We need him to step up and play to the best of his ability.
This week in practice, did you guys spend extra time in install knowing that there could be multiple different style quarterbacks?
Yeah, you spend time with all of them. I mean, that's for certain. Whether it's Luke's back there, the carry-on's back there, whoever it may be, hey, if those guys are back there, maybe there's a chance that they may pull the ball and maybe a little bit more quarterback run game. So you obviously spend some, extra time on that, extra emphasis on that, so to speak. A little bit of install for that as well. So we certainly did our homework on those two, and certainly ready for it. And to carry on, I'll say this again: he's not just a runner back there. He was a high school quarterback, and he throw the ball down the field. So we got to be heads up for that. We can't just take 11 eyes and put them on him and think that he's going to run the football. He may throw it up. And last week he didn't hand the ball, but we're prepared for him to hand the ball off, especially number 20s back there as well. So they create some problems, that's for sure.
Blake Harrell, ECU defensive coordinator there from earlier this week following ECU football practice. Let's got to get our final break in. We'll come back and get ready to wrap up Pirate Radio Live on a Friday and get you set for your football Saturday. We'll do that when we return after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
Hello folks, this is Jamie Lane with Carolina Hardscapes and Mulch. We believe that making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio, fireplace, pool, walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call at 364-1201. You can stop by our outdoor showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Sug Furniture. At Carolina Hardscapes, we look forward to making your backyard the place to be. Find us on the web at carolinahardscapesandmulch.com.
On Saturdays, your team needs you, your sofa needs you, and you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays, unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Cuccinella, inviting you and your family to come by Cuccinella's Pizzeria and Italian Ice. Cuccinella's has been serving our special family recipe New York-style pizza since 1932. We think you'll taste the difference in just one bite. When you come in for a pie, don't forget to try our house-made Italian ice or gelato. We make small batches every day from scratch with all fresh ingredients. Cuccinella's on Old Tar Road across from Plant and See, Cuccinellas.com, and on Facebook and Instagram.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar in Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
Come pop a top this ECU football season at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
At West Park Motor Company, customer satisfaction is the #1 goal while offering a wide range of cars, trucks, and SUVs at very competitive prices. Shop online at westparkmotorcompany.com right now to get started. Looking to sell your vehicle? Call West Park for a free appraisal. West Park is willing to pay more for your car or truck than the next dealer. West Park Motor Company, with locations in Greenville and Washington, and proud courtesy car dealer for the Pirates for over a decade. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
We're going to be bigger, faster, stronger, and older. That's always a good combination.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market report. The Dow was down 271 points at 34,607. The NASDAQ was down 132 points at 15,115. And the S&P was down 34 at 4,458. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC. Member SIPC. And taking a look at your Buck scoreboard, a couple of college football games on the slate for tonight. Coastal Carolina will host Kansas at 7:30. It'll be North Carolina A&T at Duke at 8 o'clock, and Boise State hosts UTEP at 9:30. That is your scoreboard, brought to you by the Buccaneer Music Hall. It's your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in eastern North Carolina. The Buccaneer is open from noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night. And now during football season, they have food trucks during the day. You can follow the Buck on Facebook and Instagram for updated schedules. See ya at the Buck. Now back to you, Clip.
Da Buck.
Da Buck.
Any football is better than no football, but boy, that is a sorry slate for a Friday night in college football. What are you laughing at, Shirley?
Oh, sorry. Chandler was giving me that glare because I almost went, da Buck, da Buck, da Buck, da Buck.
Don't you dare.
All right.
We're going to be doing that a lot tomorrow.
We will be with you in 14 hours on the Bud Light pregame tailgate.
Good math.
You are correct, sir.
Thank you. We'll be with you 8 a.m. to noon, so looking forward to that. Big Saturday on tap here at Pirate Radio. Got the high school huddle on the way next, and some D.H. Conley football coming up tonight as well. For Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, I'm Clip Brock. We'll see you in a few hours on the Bud Light pregame tailgate on Saturday morning. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio.